And we're rolling.
My god, are we in? Alright. We got it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Perception Check with our Kingshaker campaign. It is session 4. We have just reached our sub count and everything. I'm in a very good mood and I'm ready to play some games. How is everyone else doing today? Lewis.
We have reached the follower count, so we're affiliate. We've not counted any subs yet, but I'm doing great. Really excited for this. Can't wait to get into the session.
I got really close to the mic there for a second. I loved it.
How romantic.
Whisper into my ear.
Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Ready to play.
Oh, that works. Paul?
Right. As a small note to everyone, we did in fact reach affiliate yesterday. However, I obviously haven't had the time to set up everything, including all the channel points that I want, including the emotes and whatnot. However, those are on the way, and they should all mostly be ready by next stream.
Steel, how you doing?
Man, I'm so good. Especially because as of this session, my character has more gold in his pouch than in his teeth for the first time ever, which I'm very excited for.
It's not easy being a bandit. And my friend, my good man, Zen, how are you today?
I'm good.
Alright, I hope to change that. Alright, so, last we left off, you guys just managed to, very narrowly at that, diffuse the entire Kobold situation. The Kobolds, as you understand, were being controlled by this figure known as Samidi, a very, he was a very scary figure, and you quickly found out that the puppet that you guys were seeing was just that, no more than a puppet. After an agreement that you guys made, you decided to take him along with you as a recorder of your tales, as he seemed to be a writer of at least some renown, and have left the Kobold tribe in the hands of a very confused Chief Sootscale that hopes to return things to normal. For intents and purposes, you guys should treat the Kobolds as no longer being a problem, and you have been rewarded for it. As a last update, it is... What's the date, Lewis?
27th, I believe.
Nope.
27th? Is it 27th of business?
29th.
29th.
Didn't have it memorized? My god.
Damn it.
In the game right now.
29th of Desnus, and you guys are level 2.
Amazing.
Soon to be 3.
Soon to be
Right.
Maybe.
So, you have claimed your prize. Me, of course,
Excuse me?
One sentence in, I remember why I love this guy already.
Oh.
Listen, just save it. I'll go ahead and I'll record your adventures very dutifully, as I understand quite well what it means to be on the receiving end of your sticks. So, where are we off to, gentlemen?
We never beat you with sticks.
Yet?
I give him a
So,
side eye.
going through here?
Right, through some of the unexplored areas?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Then we'll start our journey here. Please, gentlemen, you take the lead.
I do. 92.
That's a good roll.
It is. Thank you.
Good for
I
who?
made it myself.
Okay, so you guys are going to go ahead. I'm going to assume that you are exploring tiles, and after a while, you guys will manage to find a small cross in the Shrike River. It seems to be just a stony ford, no real human interaction here. There's no bridge, there's no thing put up. But the forge itself is probably about 3 feet deep and is enough that you could physically cross on foot if you really wanted to. It's a good way to get across the Shrike River without too much hassle and too much trouble. Hopefully no monsters come to infest the area. They're known for hunting these sorts of little fords and things like that. But for now, it's yours.
Was this automatic, or did we have to search the area for this?
You did an exploration, so it would be a day or 2 days. You guys are exploring hills.
Yeah,
Let me pull up my little reference
So
sheet.
it took take us 1 day to travel a hex through hills, and then
It's
it takes
2
us
days to
to
explore.
explore the hex.
Yep.
So 3 days, which means we're into what month?
I will go check out the main menu real quick and give you an update on that. That means you are in the Sereneth. The first of summer. You guys passed the summer solstice, mostly it's not summer solstice. You go into the first day of summer right as you find the river.
Okay.
Ford.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, I guess we know how to get down south now. We're traveling up the east side, or?
I actually want a survival check out of someone if they have it.
All right.
Tracking bonuses will
I think
apply.
that's a meal.
What bonuses will apply?
Tracking.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, low roll.
That's actually enough considering the size of the amount and the size of these footprints. As you can see that there seems to be a pretty regular footpath from here, from where you would see basically the old sycamore, which would be the tile to your top right. That's where the mites lived, if you might remember, before you Hakuna Matata'd them.
Yeah.
And it seems to be heading back down towards the bottom left, where you guys would know to be the Stag Lord's fort. It seems there's a lot of cart traffic and a lot of foot traffic, particularly along this little ford of the river.
Interesting.
You count about nine pairs of boots. 9 people all.
In the last caravan that passed there.
Presumably.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're sticking to the east side.
Oh yeah, because then we can travel up this way.
So,
This way.
bam.
Yeah.
Someone else rolled D-Hunter. 78.
A new flat.
Very good. And you'll come across a rather large ford. I'm going to ping-pong you off of the cabbage kobolds.
Favorite.
Once again.
Hello. Oh.
And if you guys would give me a couple of minutes, as you approach this massive ravine, between you and the west side of the forest is a rickety bridge.
I slowly look towards Halvar.
What?
Perhaps a rude question. How much do you weigh?
What?
With gear and everything?
You are a tall man.
400 pounds with me and gear, give or take.
That's a lot of gear.
That's
Well,
a lot of pounds.
The axe itself is 12 pounds.
Even if he
Plus
removes
food and
axe,
everything.
is common knowledge orcs have heavy bones.
Let me interrupt you guys for just a second. The Thorn River winds through a 20-foot deep gulch here between a pair of hills. An old wooden bridge spans across the gulch, allowing passage over the river, provided probably that not many attempted at once.
You see 20 foot or 200 foot?
20-foot deep.
20 foot deep. Oh.
It's still a pretty substantial gulch. It's not nearly a ravine between two mountains, as it might be led to believe, but if you fall on your ass down there, you're going straight down river, and they might not come get you back.
Alright.
don't have any-
Onto rocks and then into water.
Fortunately, you guys will not have to explore this hex, as this is a landmark, so you won't find it immediately on discovery, nor do you need to cross it, as this is not the way that you're going.
Great.
But I wanted to cross it.
But
We can cross
I
it
now
next time.
also kind of want to cross it.
Yeah, right?
We can cross it next time.
Oh,
In fact, give it a day. I have spells that would help with that.
We'll camp here for the night just so he can wake up in the morning and
Well-
run across the bridge a couple of times before leaving.
I mean, we're
Oh,
camping
it's not.
anyway, but...
No,
we
no,
know, we know it's
just
here
also
when we
good for
come
spell
back,
list.
you know?
If I'm trying that, I got certain spells that I want prepped.
Right. But, you know,
We can
you
always
have-
repair it.
we know it's here. If we come back through here, you can have the thing prepped. You will know that we're going here.
You guys want to deal with the dwarf?
Not especially.
We might as well.
I
If we're
mean,
going through that hex, we may as well.
it'll going to take it some extra time, but I think it might be worth it.
Are
If
we there
nothing
to
else.
steal his gold, or why are we going?
Good to know your neighbor.
Well, he's in our land.
All right.
Yeah.
So you run across the. Do you actually run across the bridge a couple of times?
No.
Okay. Then you guys will continue on. Allow me a moment. Going to go prep something. Prep a little something.
And so it's the 4th of wait.
Serendipitous.
It's the 4th of serendipity.
Serenidus.
Serenidus.
I know that's not really invoking
like
a whole lot
that
of
movie.
confidence. You could just call it the Day of Saren Rain if you want.
I like Fireflightus better.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. And on approach, you'll have to take a little bit of time to actually explore the region, so give me some perception checks.
Hey.
Okay, it's-
Nope. Absolutely not. I refuse.
Just don't look. Close your eyes.
Emil, you'll be able to find that there seems to be a pretty stout footpath that seems to cross this area.
There's paths everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, okay, crossing which way? North, south?
You are coming at an approach on the east. You see that there is a large forest that surrounds this area, hiding it away from sight, but you've managed to stumble across the mouth of the cave. And you're on the short approach to this cave that seems to be lined with a number of signs, hanging symbols, and skulls and crudely drawn skeletons.
Yeah.
Do not approach!
Excuse
In,
me?
that's a dwarven language.
Oh.
Does
Double
it say that with a
excuse me?
sign, or does he yell that?
Or a
No,
skeleton.
there's no
like
there's no sound actually. It's the sign itself.
Oh.
Okay.
You can see
But
they're hanging from trees. There's signs that have been pounded into the ground. You can see that there's a couple of crudely painted skulls and skeletons, and even like a couple of actual skulls strewn about the place.
But like the sign is written in such heavy dwarven text that we can hear the accent.
It's not even like if this was dwarven, it's dwarven that is also spelled wrong.
Okay.
They're
Could I
not
figure
they're
out
not
what
very
the
good
means?
at. They're not only dwarven, they're also not very good at writing.
Right. If I know giant, that's the same alphabet, right?
The same alphabet?
To Google.
So
Not for if it is not for this world.
Okay.
You're gonna have to actually make some linguistics checks if you want to try to make a crude approximation of what's going on.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You guys sure
I'm
you want to
assuming
mess
it's
with
also
this?
like a red X. So,
That's
is there kind of a
unfortunately not gonna-
loner, or?
That's not gonna be enough, I don't think.
I was aiding him, so that'd be a 16.
No, not as well. It's pretty broken up. That would be difficult for even someone who's practicing the language to know. So, for all you know, you just see a bunch of signs with skulls and signs on it. Like, what could it possibly mean?
It seems to me that it would be
Oh.
easy to confuse us with bandits when we approach and say these are our lands, and he is a recluse in a gold mine. It is possible he might get the wrong idea. Would be
So-
easier if we had already established ourselves.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that this isn't
Punk
some sort of
idea.
advertisement for a skull shop. So,
Just to point out, he may have the wrong idea whether we're established or not.
right.
Why is
Do you think
this?
he'll like the charter thing, or?
So from my
Are there-
knowledge, he believes this mine is his and probably won't recognize our authority regardless.
Well,
And-
it is easier for him to have the opportunity to recognize when there is castle as opposed to 5 smelly men barging in demanding we in charge.
How recent are the signs around here? I mean, is it possible that he's not even here anymore?
You can see that they're actually quite old and faded. It doesn't take any actual analysis to see this. They're rotting and termite ridden by this point. The entire area seems almost overgrown to where things might not to where there might not seem like there's a path, but the foot trail is undeniable.
Uh-huh.
Someone's here, but they've been here for a very long time.
Yeah, like how recently was I ran off with traps?
Anytime from the last year, from when this might have been one of your first assignments when you joined up with the Stag Lord's bandits, or at least with Cressel's bandits, as you guys tried to approach, and, because a gold mine is, it's a solid hideout as much as it is anything else, even if you can't get the ore out of it. You tried to approach. The traps are what drove you off, and not all of you made it back.
Just be careful if you go forward. There are traps.
Right.
I am just saying that the best case scenario is that we leave here with no violence and accomplish nothing.
Yes, I agree. I would like to make note that if we're going in, it is for no other reason than to potentially endanger our and his lives and steal from him. Which I'm fine with if that's your choice. But I think that's the outcome.
I don't think that's a good idea here.
Always an opportunity for negotiation with him. The best case scenario is not no harm done and time wasted. The best case scenario is a pre-existing relationship when we do establish ourselves.
Yeah, like if he knows us.
Sorry, did you try to say something, Callum?
Yeah, we could gain an ally.
Well,
I don't think this guy is
Maybe.
looking for allies.
I mean, hey, we can keep the bandits away. This guy, well, presumably he can do that himself as well, but...
He's done a fairly good job of that himself.
Yeah. I was gonna say. So... Yeah, I mean, we can mark this on our map and say we can come back here later when we're more established. If you think that would be best, Jean.
How about a show of hands? Alright. Who wants to go in and talk with him now? Raise your hand. Anyone?
We all look
How
at each
are we
other.
hand raising?
I'll put a hand up.
Alright, that's 2.
Also hand up.
That's 3.
I mean, not invade his home, but like try to establish contact at least.
He has a huge sign which says keep out. We are going to be invading his home if we go in.
We don't know it
What?
says keep out.
You don't
And that
know
being
what
said,
skulls.
the skulls.
Skeletons.
Yeah,
Oh, we don't know what the sign says.
it could be an advertisement for his like skull shop, as I said. We don't know.
To not deal with the idiocy, I take a look over the sign myself.
The signs are... Well, most of them say keep out, but you're able to identify a few that seems to denote this place as being something known as the Fresco Mines. This, just from being able to tell, the sign itself seems old, wooden, and rotten, and a close observation of the skulls by now, you can see that most of them aren't bandit as much as they are dwarven.
Okay. Look, the signs do say keep out. This mine is Fresco Mine, and those skulls are dwarven. At best, he's a serial killer.
Halvar, do you know what kind of trap?
That's an excellent question, No-Go. I only got run off with traps. What kind of traps killed my friends?
Well, between having arrows shot at your ass, it was a little bit hard to recall. But you explicitly remember seeing a couple impaled on javelins, a few more fell into a couple of holes, a couple of arrows got slung at them, and then there was this one with like a really big bear.
What?
What?
Where it just kind of fell. You heard it more than you saw it, but you weren't sure where it came from. It just kind of appeared.
Alright.
Well, although drop bears are
traps,
common in my homeland, I
javelins.
can't help with that.
Drop bears.
Yep. So,
Well, if we're going in, we better bear ourselves.
that wasn't even... Anyway.
That wasn't the thing. As we slowly begin to make our way into the mine, which I do believe is the plan, I'm going to use a class feature called Basic Geokinesis, which lets me move like 10 pounds of rock and stone, just whatever the fuck I want. And as we go, always 30, 35 feet ahead of us, I'm just kind of like rolling the ground before us like a fucking carpet to try to like sense if there's anything on the ground there or destroy anything that might be like hidden in the earth.
So it's pulling up the earth by itself, right?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, if something's attached to it.
Basically, yeah, like uncovering it, like any fucking bear traps hidden, for example, in the ground or anything of that nature. But I can't do a ton, so I can't do like the walls or the ceiling or anything yet.
I will allow this, though there's going to be a slight caveat that I'm not going to tell you about.
Fantastic. That's the best way.
I'm still searching for traps, even with that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and you guys, if you want, go ahead and chart me a route that you would like to take through this.
Through the forest, or?
Yep.
To the cave entrance.
Where exactly is the cave entrance? Right here?
Yep. That is all open area.
There was a trodden path, right?
There was.
So we'll follow along that one and then be
That's
very
the trap.
careful in looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that might be a trap.
Well, that's what we're gonna do.
It also probably has like the least natural looking foliage.
It's like 50-50.
So are you guys deciding to go along the footpath?
Yeah, we're going along the
We
trap
are.
that has all the arrows that say trap here. Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
me a survival.
Is it for all of us? Or is it a meal gonna take point?
One will be enough.
I'll take point.
The chart that you have gives you a general idea of this.
Well, you did say he's eccentric. And I just want to point out that the loop around the tree does literally nothing.
It's probably.
But we do
if
it anyway.
There's a pressure pad here that you have to walk through that one and then it disables. Obviously.
I hate that. I hate that you're probably right. But also, I think he's just crazy.
Yeah. So I'd like to point out as we're doing the loop around the tree, assuming we get there. Okay, I go back onto my original theory. This guy is a serial killer.
In that case, we might have to, deal with him because we can't have like serial killers just camping out in our lands.
Well, can't we? He
No.
seems to be like chilling in
Who
the cave.
is leading the flock?
I think we're in marching order.
You're in marching order as you guys are. Please give me perception checks. I will be making 5 of these in total.
Uh,
I'd like
Well-
to cast Mage Armor before we get into this mess.
Like
Step
5
3,
from each, or
this whole route is going to be 5. So I'm going to do it one at a time, and I'll just basically say, normal
Sorry,
stuff like
sorry,
perception. Emil, Argent, Khaled, 3 squares back, please. As
Also have to back up 3 squares then. Whee!
Argent, as you approach and you start bringing up the earth, you can see that there's small holes that seem to be coming through, small iron tubes beneath the earth itself, and large wooden spears thrust up through the earth right before you approach. It seems that your disturbance has in fact triggered them.
wait, what sort of mechanism is this? Any of you know?
I
Spears
might be
shoot
able to
back
take
into
a look
place.
at it. Can I use this disable device to examine the mechanism and see if I can turn it off?
Give me just a moment because I want to see if there's a failure state for disable device. I think it's like if you do like 5 under the DR, you might accidentally set it off. No, I don't see any particular failure state. Too much finicking might end up triggering the trap, but for right now you can make a disable device without harming yourself. That will not be enough.
Alright. I will try it again.
I mean,
that will be enough. From what you're able to tell, this trap seems to be a series of small tubes that are centered into the earth, and when you are putting pressure down onto the earth itself, you are providing enough weight for a switch to trigger, where maybe it seems like it's some sort of not mechanical mechanism as much as it is probably something like a compressed spring that has loosed the javelins, and another mechanism that you're not totally sure about at the moment seems to pull them back into place and reset it.
What is this guy doing living in a cave? He's like dwarf Charles Babbage. We need him.
You take a nice slender stick and jam it straight down into one of the set tubes, and with enough force, you get the help of Emil and Argent probably, you're able to basically set the mechanism for all of them in a locked state.
Can you roll strength for me so I can officially see if you're the new beef boy? We need to make a decision on this one. I think I've been out strength here. Oh, all right.
Halvar helps too.
beef.
So I'm like,
But
he's
this trap
got
is disabled.
18. It's
And to roll low.
You're free to
sorry.
move
Go
on.
ahead.
Okay.
Okay, if he's not a serial killer, we're getting him to do our city defenses.
Yeah. I wonder what he would do.
Perception check.
I rolled one and rolled a 1.
Fantastic.
Oh no. Not everybody. Come on.
Taking this one, Emil.
Oh no.
Is that everyone?
I think
Oh,
Emil
no.
needs to roll one.
No, I
Come on, Neil.
before I knew it took a lot of time.
Emil and Argent need to give me reflexes.
I'm
Fact.
super good at that. Hey,
No.
Argent, just in time, you see the earth shuddering in a very strange and particular way, darting your way out and flying over to this side. As Emil is not so lucky, a giant spiked pitfall.
I do shout a warning to my head. I'm like, you'll be careful. Where do you?
What?
All right. For
Oh,
starters,
fuck.
go
No.
take 1d6 damage for me. I'll let you roll it.
Okay.
Cage damage.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if this hits your AC. Oh shit. 21.
Oh.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Dead.
4 spikes hit you.
Oh, oh no. And they're each of these 6 or something, right?
You might be dead.
Pretty exciting way to die. Oh,
Minus 21, you say?
excuse me?
D4 plus 2. I see. Excellent.
You fall down into the sky's spiked pit trap. It seems that the land just above it seems to actually be a solid wooden board that has been propped up by the very center. You can see now that there is a small rod that runs across. As you guys stepped onto it, and you stepped on it in a precarious way, the floor gave out and in fact flipped to the side, sliding Emil back down into the spiked pit, where you can see 4 spikes seem to be pierced straight through his chest, and he has gone immediately unconscious. The pit itself is 10 foot deep, and the lines and the sides of the pit seem to be smeared in some sort of grease. Emil, you are impaled. All right. Everybody gets one action to respond.
Do we have any healing potions?
Nope.
Well,
I'll give you all some time to actually think about it. It's not too big of a rush.
I'm gonna tie a rope around my waist and say, all right, which one of you weighs the least, other than Jean?
Probably me.
Jean.
You correct him like mid.
Yes.
Khalad will grab the end of the rope and try
Wants
and...
to rappel down.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a... What's a good check for this? Give me an acrobatics. It's not a hard test. Okay. You find yourself able to get a couple of footholds in the side of the pit itself. Emil, please make me your constitution check. This will count as one action so far as he climbs down.
I'm stable.
You are stable for the most part. You guys now have free time to do whatever you want. You're down at the bottom of the pit. Sorry, I should say you're at the bottom of the pit. It doesn't take too much finagling to step around the spikes now that you're at the bottom. They're only about knee height.
Are they wooden spikes or metal spikes?
Metal spikes. And you can see that the tops have been pounded into shape. They seem like pickaxes.
During this brief little time period, Arjun is going to go off the beaten path and just take a straight walk over this way to see if anything happens.
Stop. You will now learn to fear the... You will now learn to fear the dwarf.
Oh no.
Please give me... Actually, you have to make a roll.
I probably should have waited. If this is a fucking bear.
You triggered the trap, and you can see that it is in fact another spike trap. But fortunately, since you are moving the earth ahead of you, you notice it well before the time, and the panel seems to flip over to the side as you try manipulating the ground underneath it.
I shout back. Everywhere is bad. We need to go. This is all terrible.
As a note, I had voted not to attempt this.
Okay, so I would like to remove Emil from the spikes.
Make a heal check.
Have you ever heard
Nat
the phrase
one, here we
massive
go!
eternal bleeding?
Emil, take 1 point of damage. You are now bleeding again.
Oh my god!
As you can see, these massive gaping holes from where the pickaxes have penetrated straight through Emil's armor. You can see his sword clattered over to the side, and you quickly collect it and him, throwing them over your shoulder. This sleek crimson red now painting your... what is it that you actually wear, a robe?
Yeah, essentially.
Alright.
Can we try to pull them up?
Yeah, go ahead. Just make a...
I'm actually going to untie the rope for myself and tie it around Emil's shoulders so that they can pull him up separately.
Okay, amazing.
I'm bleeding again.
You don't need to actually make a test for this. He's already bleeding out. I need Emil to make me a constitution check.
Yeah,
That's 20, baby. Come on. Let's go.
I think that passes, doesn't it?
It passes, exactly. That's
Ooh,
on the dot.
amazing.
Okay, good. You're stabilized once again. Your very good genes, your blood cells, just all clotting in all of the right places, and they heft you back up to the earth.
So can I just use my dragon push of 1500 instead of a strength check?
Ooh.
Yeah, if you want, man, I can. Do you want to fling him into the ground, into the earth like a goddamn projectile?
No,
Go right ahead.
I'm just saying, is strength check required to lift the object that is an unconscious body?
No. There's no check needed.
Okay.
All right, you heft him back up, and it seems like underneath this tree is your only safe point.
I'm then gonna untie the rope around him and toss it back down for Khaled.
I will grab it and let you guys pull me back up because that grease is going to make it very difficult for me to do it myself.
Up you go.
I will begin pulling on the rope.
Epic.
I will look at Jean and say, "You were right. We should get Emil back to Oleg's. Perhaps
Yep.
we could stop by the hermit on the way and get some healing."
We will have to deal with this eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the plan?
All right, one of you pick up a meal. Let's go to Oleg's.
I'll pick up a meal.
Okay. Start moving.
I don't know what we expected, guys.
Out of curiosity, how negative were you?
5.
If he takes another hit, he's probably dead.
Dude.
Emil, if you can hear us, come back as the cleric.
Oh. Okay, what if we order a wand of Cure Light Wounds?
Just gonna fireman carry Emil back to wherever.
Yeah. All right.
Start moving. I'm watching.
We're on the wrong. You know, we haven't taken us.
No, you were on the right map.
No.
Oh.
He wants us to move back out.
There's no way. Okay, we go this way.
We just retrace our steps.
Yeah, we retrace the steps.
Okay.
These sound like famous last fucking words.
So are you like looking at any by any chance?
Well, okay. Wait a second.
I feel like honestly the answer is probably not. If we're gonna be
the first
fucking
who's
real.
Who's the first that steps in? Khaled.
Yeah, it's me.
All right. Just hit your AC.
What the?
Yes, it does.
Except the bear.
An arrow narrowly pulls across your neck as you rip your head back, seeing an arrow fired back from this area of the woods? What?
What?
This place is hell.
Okay,
right.
so I feel like the threat of these traps are somewhat different.
Khaled, are you moving?
I'm going to step back to where I know it's safe,
Good call.
and then look and see if there's any pressure plates under here.
Give me a perception.
This place is cursed.
John, I think,
There's no pressure plates from what you're able to identify.
I have changed my mind.
However-
no longer want this dwarf to be in this cave alone.
You do
Yeah.
hear something else.
Oh,
Is it a fucking bear?
it's another trap.
I can't.
Oh my goodness. The bear is coming.
Throw me at him. Go, run.
ripping straight through the woods, but it doesn't seem to actually attack you guys as it sits around the edge of the cave, roaring at you, and it seems to be making its own way through the trap maze.
What?
So like to pay attention to how the bear is moving.
I'm going to
guys
quickly
have-
tell them, grab Emil and go this way. We know that trap is stopped right now.
Fair. I'm gonna grab Emil and move. So he's moving with me.
I will I'm going to use my sling and slow down the bear.
Hit it. You clock it over the head. You can see that it has a little trickle of blood down its forehead as it turns and retreats back towards the cave.
Wow.
And so, you leave to the north.
John, let's go. Don't stay.
I'm waiting for you guys to take the steps.
And you
The edge of the map.
successfully escape.
Fuck this place. Can we leave him? Do you want to deal with that?
I mean, he just wants to be left alone, clearly. But, I think we can make friends with him. I think it'll work.
What are you on about?
Personally, I'm all for making friends with him, if only because I think he'd be an excellent siege engineer.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine if we put those Bizarro skills to good use.
He has put that much effort into being left alone. I have never put that much effort into anything in my life. At some point in time, we have to acknowledge that he is just one.
Halvar, this was the best outcome to this encounter you've seen to date.
Hey,
Yeah.
last time I was here, we brought a party of 12 and 8 people died. This is improvement. Emil's not dead.
Wait, you could have told us this.
Yes.
I did say he drove us off with traps.
Yeah.
You said drove us
Drove
off
you
and
off!
massacred everyone.
Remember, I was a bandit.
Do you work
Drove us
for
off
him?
pretty much means killed everybody.
Do you still have the brain of a bandit? Oh,
Can we stop arguing and get Emil to some treatment?
oh, he's
Yeah,
stable.
I'd like that too.
He's not even conscious. Conk.
After a couple days, he'd be conscious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Emil,
after
take
a
one
couple
for
hours,
max
he'll
4
just be
hours.
useless.
Emil, Paul has hit you. Take 1 point of damage. You're now bleeding out.
Wait, he can't deal lethal damage?
I know.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. let us make our way to Oleg's through explored hexes. So we're gonna this way.
Yeah, just back to Oleg's.
And then-
Okay. You finally managed to make it to Oleg's with a guest in tow. Samidi was very smart. He knew very much not to be any part of anything that was going on, and he hung back behind the wagon. In fact, you guys are probably surprised to see him even still there.
Where else is he gonna go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you guys return to Oleg's trading post. For once, you don't hear the sounds of arguing or any sort of yelling, or complaining for that matter. And you see a couple of guards posted outside, along with a couple of new guards that seem to be posted around. Seems that you've gotten reinforcements from Rostov. Things are mostly peaceful, nobody's hanging around in the courtyard, and you have the facilities to yourself.
Seems like they're placing a lot of manned personnel in our territory.
Medic!
Meanwhile, in the back of the wagon, Samidi is telling Emil stories, and Emil's just like, "Oh, fucking kill me now."
What? Now what's going on at... Oh Lord. Alright. Come along, bring him to a bed now. Svetlana approaches, trying to...
Yep, I'll carry him to a
Carry-
bed. Nah,
Get you-
I got him.
Alright, come on. I'll go get my kid. That's
Can't
valid.
Jod still use healing?
He
I
can.
think Jod admitted. Oh yeah, that's right. He's a proper cleric.
So Cal is
he
gonna go
can't-
find Jod.
He said that he can't, he doesn't have access to a couple of divine spells in particular. He can heal, and he will come along with the rest, though, and help heal out with some Cure Light wounds.
Oh,
Svetlana takes care of the physical as she gets you all patched up, make sure those holes are plugged.
is this like infected to you?
What all happened? I've
What's
seen
it
worse things
called?
happen.
Spike pit.
Spike pit? Oh, you got off quite easy then. Could have smeared it all in shit. Would have been a guaranteed infection. Nothing that no healing magic can do about that.
Yeah, I feel blessed.
We're alive, buddy.
I think
Yeah.
it's called holy.
Yeah. Thanks,
And-
love it.
2 hours passed and you are stable.
Mm.
Like you're stable at the time of Jod's first healing, but
Yeah.
it takes a minute to kind of wear it
Get
off.
used to not having holes in me.
It took a day to get here. It was a while.
Yeah. Oh, well, then just one day, right? I'm
So you would have healed a hit point.
I'm healing one set.
More if we got a 15 on a first aid or heal check rather.
Yeah, that requires light work.
I think Jean is fresh out of alcohol.
You get a restock.
Calad's going to recommend that with the $1,000 or 1,000 gold in store credit, we send out for a wand of cure light wounds, and also maybe a traveler's any tool.
Wand, eh?
That sounds useful, yes.
All right. Go
I have
ahead
no
and I'll
ability
put
to
in
use
the-
a wand of Cure Light Wounds.
I'll be able to
Some
next
UD.
level.
I'll go ahead and I'll put in your order, but it'll take a couple of days, so if you want to be here when it shows up, then you might want to settle down for a while.
Also,
Emil's gonna need time to rest anyway.
could you put in an order for this hero book? And I point at the catalog and give him the money.
Of course. I'll go ahead and get all that sorted to you. You'll go ahead and have a good rest, and we got something nice on for dinner.
I'm going to go find Keston and see if he will train me.
Now, you may have noticed already, but taking a glance around the area, you notice that Keston is not here. In fact, he's disappeared completely.
That breaks our
Well, that
agreement.
doesn't go well. Oleg, do you know what Keston is?
Keston. Morose type, huh? We tried chaining him down, but the second we got reinforcements in from Restov, he went and bombed out of the place. Gold this, gold that, wouldn't shut up about it.
He's gonna get himself killed chasing the bounty.
Well, that'd be his problem. Caused me enough stir as it is. At least his men are a right sort. They ain't been taking nothing, and they do their patrols regular enough. We even gotten a couple of visitors since they're here.
Hmm.
Can I check on Mikmik?
You find Mekmek, who seems to be doing various, pranks around the place. Mekmek, right now, you can find him in the composting pit, rolling around.
Mikmik?
Ah! Ah! Oh!
You know that's not
Hello,
the
hero! No, but it makes Mekmek's scales feel so good!
Mikmik's
It's better-
scales smell so bad.
Mekmek not very picky.
I see. Well, we sent you here to find out about civilization and humanity and people. What have you learned so far?
Let me think. Mekmek has found Svetlana stew very good,
Mm-hmm.
Oleg very grumpy,
Mm-hmm.
and there exists this thing known as stable hands that are close to that of slaves.
Interesting. How so?
Well, they do bad job, probably end up getting beating, otherwise they get yelled at. Not entirely sure why Master doesn't kill them, but human society very strange, as have noticed.
Well, if he kills them, then who's going to do the job?
Not a concept in Kobold society. Mekmek have write this down.
Good. After you finish rolling in the compost, I presume.
Exactly.
Alright.
Though, the lady very kind, and she's taught Mekmek quite a few things.
Yeah?
Yes. She teach Mekmek some basic things. Cook, clean. Even show how patch fence. Mekmek grows ever smarter by day.
Good to hear. We need you to be as capable as possible.
He sifts out of the compost.
I take like a couple steps away from him. Just, you know.
Mekmek will do his duty to the heroes.
Right, good to hear. Let me know if you have any issues.
Will do, hero.
I then mostly leave him alone.
One day, Mekmek will learn a pronoun and be baffled.
Hey. He's up there on language. He knows lexicon.
True.
Something tells me Kobold Draconic or rather, Kobold's variant of Draconic doesn't lean towards pronouns.
Fair. They're very collective people, I believe.
Caleb's going to check on the bandits.
You do a brief check. They don't seem to have much in the way of time to talk. However, the honest half-orc bandit seems like he's mostly happy about his duties and goes about them pretty diligently. The other seems quite dour, but he's taking to it, and you can see that he's at the very least having given it a try, at least from what Oleg would tell you.
Good.
Otherwise, they seem mostly redeemed. Svetlana seems comfortable enough around them to help them out with some of their chores, and they don't do any sort of harassment to her or anyone else around the place. Jod mostly hangs around in the storeroom doing some very mumbled, very hushed blessings. He still has yet to leave for the temple, as he said. He's mostly preparing himself for the journey still. And you'll even find that after... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If he's still preparing for that, I will tell him that we will be heading in that direction soon. He's welcome to accompany us.
Oh. Very well, then. I do think that would be the safest. I thank you for your hospitality, once again. Goes back to his prayers. Samedi seems to have even sort of slid into his life rather quickly. Even in the 2 or 3 hours that you left him alone, he seems to be propped up against the large wagon, drawing into a book of his own, mostly doing some sort of... They look like terrain sketches of places that you guys have visited. You can see some notable, some very noteworthy scenes, such as that of the sword battlefield and that of the old cave itself.
But he's mostly behaving.
He's mostly behaving. Mostly. You guys will have 3 days to rest and relax, as well as you'll be fully healed by Jod in this time.
Thank you.
In 3 days, your items will arrive. Not the situation around Oleg's fort doesn't seem to be changing much. Most of the big deals have been coming around. However, Kasten has not returned, and so you could not do your HP training.
No.
That's a bitch.
Oh.
Hunting. Okay. Who has the best survival?
Emil.
By how much?
It's 8, so...
8. Okay. I'll make the DC for this check 18, and everybody who wants to join into the hunt can make a roll to contribute as a large group check.
Sure.
And he'll roll the main roll.
So we're gonna go hunting, and we're going to get some food. Let's see.
Unless you want to roll by yourself and try to claim all of the glory.
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I def tag along.
I do not help.
Here's
bored out of my mind by day 1.
helping.
I will attempt help.
We're all going.
I don't help.
Yikes.
Jod will help. He seems that it's only fair to try to help you guys along. Jod does not help.
Jod!
Oh, no.
3-1!
John comes close to
Guys.
helping, though.
Yeah.
Even with that one, Jod comes close to helping.
I can feel that he
Oleg?
really wants to.
Oleg does not come. However, Svetlana joins you.
I want to let you know.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Svetlana will help.
I was
Wait,
GM.
so what's better at this than me?
Svetlana's better. Yeah,
Yes,
we should take
Svetlana
her
takes
off.
point.
No,
She's
no,
plus 10.
no. She assists. Particularly,
Okay.
you notice that she's a very fine shot with a bow.
Okay, so I get +4?
Warrior woman.
+2, I think. It's DC 18, wasn't it? Or it's DC 16?
It's DC 10
No.
to assist.
DC 10 to assist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Then you get
aided
a
number is always 10.
then you get a +4.
Yeah. Okay, so that's in this roll.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Okay, I didn't think I'd be having to do this today, but
Eating owlbear tonight, baby.
give me another 1d100.
John,
And I want and I will allow you guys to pick this as you will get your own chance. I need to check out a map really quick just to make sure that things are right. So give me just a moment to finish up and do that. Why is that? Why is that on the map tile? That's really weird. You rolled a 50. Okay. I feel like I need to put something on real quick. Allow me to do this.
Cue the whistle music.
And I'll grab you guys' tokens. Okay, I would like you to take your pick. You can attempt to hunt in the forest, by the lake or by the river, in the plains, or in the hills. Actually, you can choose to hunt in the, No, you can choose. That's fine.
Where has actually like just normal ass animals? I feel like
Come on,
forest
give us
is
something good to eat. Something big and tasty and meaty.
I would, yeah, a forest probably be good.
Yeah, large herbivores.
Okay.
Serpent is
Hopefully.
good.
Then this will need another music change.
Oh no,
Gonna hunt
that was a bad table.
giant fake creature.
My table app.
Well, somebody did
You
say
guys-
owlbear.
Come across a very sparse region. It seems that the area around it is mostly. It seems mostly tame, even as you fly through the rest of the Fey Woods. You can see that this area doesn't seem particularly possessed by anything that is very dangerous, very odd, and you find that Svetlana and the others have broken off from you, but you hear a strange growling, hooting noise.
Of course we do.
Oh my goodness.
As you come across an owlbear in a clearing. It spots you, and combat has started.
I thought owl bears were friendly.
Oh no!
A very
told you
wrong
that sort
assumption,
of
to be
big
sure.
fat lie.
They are part
You're-
owl.
Owls are not friendly.
Other
Oh.
half is bear.
Owls are. A base knowledge nature check will allow you to know that owls are not very friendly.
I don't have any of that. I got some engineering.
Alright. Khaled, you're able to beat it out in initiative for the time being.
I'm guessing it looks like it's going to charge us.
You can see that this owlbear in particular seems to be strange in that it seems to have been pacing around in this circle repeatedly for areas. You can see that there's a number of scratches and claws at the trees, and it seems extremely aggressive. Now that it's seen you, it lets out a ferocious hoot.
Can I hear the ferocious hoot? I'm immersed.
Nice.
Okay. Do I know if owlbears have reach?
Important questions.
You do not know. But
It's large.
I
quadruped.
should make your own assumption.
Okay.
Are there its limbs freakishly long?
Its wings,
Its limbs.
limbs, not particular. It seems to be a mostly standard owlbear by all extent. You'll notice that
Okay.
it's a regional owlbear, and that it's like a foresty type. You know that there's like Arctic owlbears and such.
Well, it also seems to be
Wow.
half cockerel based on the sound it made.
It's an Alola owlbear.
I'm going to move forward and ready an attack if it comes after me.
Okay. Well, you'll get to use that because it will come after you.
Copy. I will. My ready goes off, and then I will try to parry.
Okay. It's going to.
Nice.
Let's go.
It's parry.
Oh, that's my attack. I haven't parried.
All right. So that will be a confirmed
Ow.
crit.
I do have parry, but it does.
Does the attacker win in the event of a parry?
Yes. I have to beat his attack.
Also, you
Okay.
get a -2 because it's a size category larger than you.
Oh, it's true. Yep.
Does a 14 beat your CMB? CMD? I'm gonna say no.
No. I don't
Go
think
ahead,
so.
take 6 damage.
He doesn't beat my AC.
Oh, he doesn't beat your AC, so of course he doesn't fucking hit. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
John.
Epic. I'm going to whip out our new wand of magic missile and then blast him with it. I'm gonna point it at the owlbear and blue sparkly lights are gonna fly out of it. 2 of them, I believe. 4.
2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay. You deal 7 damage to it. It doesn't really have a particular way to resist that I know of, unless it has spell resistance for some
Ungodly
reason.
reason.
Elvar.
Hitting the melee with that thing's gonna be difficult, so I'm just gonna take a shot at it with the longbow.
Clunk, as you one arrow seems to lodge into its side and it lets out another ferocious Arjun.
A sound that will
I
haunt
have
my
to.
nightmares.
I have to double move. I'm not sure if I can get to there without provoking attack of opportunity. If I skirt around it.
You probably would take an attack of opportunity from that.
All right.
You want to do any acrobatics or anything to try to prevent it?
Nope.
All right. It's going to
-3.
flick. It's going to flick something on. 14 probably doesn't hit.
No, it does not. But I
good.
manifest the kinetic blade of earth and stone in my hand, and then I hesitate to say, "Wait, I did not know how to attack this without getting dirt in our dinner." That's my turn.
Emil.
Huh. I will. Yes, okay. I will move here and cast Blade Lash.
Okay. Go ahead and make your CM.
I
Make your
believe it
attack.
uses my sword and I get a +10, so
Yep.
I'll also make my sword magical for this. So it's 36 to trip it. I know it has
What
4
is
legs, so it's harder.
the-
But
So it's definitely going to fall. You can see that with a solid trip, it has fallen flat on its face. I'll just use this as it's crouched over.
okay.
Ellen.
I'm going to flurry, and since it's prone, I guess I get +4 on these.
Yep. Both will hit. As you deal a solid 16 damage to it. Then it's going to take its turn, and it is going to, still on the ground, you see as it rolls back over to its back and tries to snap and claw at Khaled anyways, without even getting up.
I will attempt to parry all of its attacks.
Oh, I rolled it anyways. You can go ahead and roll against it. It's fine. That will not.
17. Well, it's got a -4 to attack, and I've got a +4. So it's a 17 versus a 14.
I've already counted its negative into this.
Damn.
Also, you,
So
still,
it is-
you still get a -2 for size.
Right, yeah. It still doesn't hit, though.
Because it doesn't hit your AC?
Yep.
Alright, gonna take some claws at you. I rolled again before you could parry, so I don't know why.
Okay.
So, I guess, will the second attack hit?
The second attack, I got a 19 to parry, so I should parry that one. The first attack does hit, so I'll take 11 damage.
You should get the second attack then. Like, I don't have any other negatives to this.
Okay, he's meaning the second claw.
No,
attack.
I think he means the 20 to hit as the second attack. So bite first claw second claw,
Yeah.
third attack.
Does one of these
So-
hit you?
Yes, yes.
The
The
20 to
first
hit.
claw hits.
Alright, it's going to attempt now, again, to grab you. Does a 21 beat your CMD?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
It slaps you across it with its claws. You can see that it's flailing on the ground. John,
Wait. Since I parried the second attack, I want to riposte.
go ahead.
Wait, is Khaled a swashbuckler? I just figured that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Yes, we-
fuck on that.
Cool. All right,
Swashbuckling monk.
that's a bunch.
Nice.
So there's my riposte.
That's a confirmed crit. Does not go down.
Crit on an 18. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, swashbucklers too. They
John.
crit fish.
A bit bored looking now, Jean is going to, like, swipe the wand haphazardly, and 2 more missiles are going to fly out of it.
Master of the Arcane. Wiggle
Yep.
the wand.
And so, it falls.
The lamest kill of an owlbear.
Describe to me exactly how the
So-
missiles pierce through it.
Yeah, sure. So, on Jean's end, he'll essentially just, after seeing it go down and get pounded on repeatedly, he's just going to, like, swipe it sideways, the wand. And then the missiles are going to fly out in the wrong direction at first, and then, like, lean back, and then, like, dart towards the target. And just, like, cleanly, one's going to hit it through the chest, and then the other one's going to hit it from, like, the neck, and it's going to come out the other side and just fizzle out.
Alright. I'm going to step away for probably about a minute or two. You guys can go ahead and describe to yourselves exactly what you're going to do with everything.
Great. Alright,
So
we will now
given
eat
that,
this.
given that
Nice.
owlbears were supposed to be dangerous, and I wave the tatzelworm bounty that I've got.
How are you feeling, Khaled?
He hurt. I'm glad that not all of his attacks got me. Because, yeah, that one really, really stung.
Yeah, those claws are big. Well, we're all still standing, which is more than happened on our last escapade. So
Which bit of the owlbear do you think is the tastiest?
heart.
Probably
I'm
the
not sure
rump.
about that.
You did drop it.
Not to use the game.
What's the
Consuming the
fattiest
heart
bit?
would be traditional. The ass, likely.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
it's
are
bare
we
ass.
taking it all back? Because that would be cooler, or are we gonna carve it up?
But we should probably
keep it
clean
all
it
back.
here and then drag what's left back.
And how do we
Yeah,
clean
like
it?
get the guts out.
Oh,
Get
Well, We
See,
open
I
up
mean,
the
prepare
belly.
it. I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
describe to me what's going on.
So I kick the thing like over on the side, take out my longsword, and start just gutting it on the spot to like lessen the weight so we can drag it back.
Wait, before you get too far into it, maybe we should save its hide to make a cloak or something for a meal.
To tear up the hide too bad to clean it. We just really just one
We're just
incision
doing the
along the
belly.
gut. Yeah.
Can I? Khaled's going to ask Emil if he'll help him. He wants to see what might have caused this guy to go crazy. Is there something around here? Like, can
Give me
we
a perception
track it
check.
back to the den?
Yeah. That's an interesting question, Khaled. Let's have a look, see.
Khaled, it'll take a bit of a moment, but you're able to identify it with a little bit of trouble. You make a small lap around this little area of the forest, and you're able to find in one of the trees, hung by a small vine rope, you can see a whole owlbear egg. It seems to be suspended. It seems to be completely suspended, just out of reach, and you can see that the owlbear's nest doesn't seem to be very far away, where all of the rest of the eggs have been smashed.
Oh, that's terrible. Can we see who smashed? Like, is there any tracks for like some humanoid or something to see who smashed it?
There seems to be no tracks.
Alvar, while you are cutting that thing up, would you keep me a little bit of its fat? It is so good for a mustache wax.
I think Emil was cutting it up.
Yeah. I'll do the
Emil's
prep.
wandering off with his new knowledge. I thought,
I cut it up
okay.
and took
Well,
out
then
the
I
inside.
took over butchering.
Yeah. Good luck.
I will try to retrieve the remaining egg from the tree.
It's a little finicky, but you don't need to make any acrobatics checks or anything. Maybe you get a couple of people to hold a pretty tight piece of cloth underneath it as one of you throws something up there to knock it down.
While I'm cutting up I'm looking at John. You took the dagger, right?
So I may have sold it.
Great axe, not necessarily good for cleaning out body.
It is pretty good at quartering pieces, though.
Yes, but like getting the guts and whatnot out, not so much.
Best I have is this wand.
According to the party inventory, it doesn't say that it's sold.
It is.
You must
It
think you
says
sold.
sold around it.
Oh, I thought I heard a little bit of trouble around here. My goodness. You've really made quite a catch, haven't you?
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have like a dagger so we can get this thing properly gutted, do you?
Just a moment. She goes ahead, and you can see that she pulls a skinning knife clean from her belt. She's still wearing a dress. This one's a little bit more cut off and a little bit more rugged than others. She's pretty well prepared for all things considered, and she hands you a very well sharpened skinning knife, and she's going to go ahead and help you start quartering and preparing the pieces.
Yep, that.
Owlbears.
I'll get in there.
How odd to find out this far north of the woods.
Hey, Argent, can you make a small hole in the earth?
yes, absolutely. Just as a disposal spot, you mean?
Yes, yeah. You typically bury the offal so things don't come and scavenge.
I use my incredible earth-bending powers to create a makeshift gut latrine.
It doesn't have to be super deep, like a foot or two.
It's the most extravagant gut latrine that you've ever crafted. Truly, your earthbending powers know no bounds.
Master of the
So I'm
element
thinking,
of
like,
earth.
I don't have a shovel. I don't think anyone else has a shovel.
Nope.
It's
Be
too
an
expensive.
earthbender.
Didn't we get an any tool?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, that was 3 days away or something.
Right, that's true.
We went out in the middle of that to go hunting.
But you guys will net yourselves a very hefty profit, as Svetlana explains to you all that she can sell almost all of the hide and any of the excess meat and various little bits to the nearby alchemist Bakken, probably for a hefty sum of 500 gold pieces.
What about the egg? Do you happen to know anybody who would be a buyer for a baby owlbear?
Buyer for a baby owlbear. I've
Can I
heard of a
even
couple of... I'm sorry?
Can they even be tamed?
Oh, I imagine
Presumably.
anything with enough effort and, gumption can be tamed. I've seen plenty of more exotic things while I was in Restov.
They have
In
animal
fact,
intelligence.
I've heard of a couple of nobles in Restov who've trained owlbears and some that even use them as pets. But an owlbear kept in captivity doesn't quite... They're not all there. They're fine pets. They can be perfectly docile, but it's just a shame to see such a creature not out where it belongs. Does that make any sense?
I mean, I see the argument, but we have this egg, and that's mom. That's so.
I would like to raise it. If
What, like
No.
as your own, or
sure,
Do
why
you
not?
know anything about
Not my
raising
talent.
magical animal eggs?
No, but I can learn.
We could,
Well,
once we're done
that's-
with everything, we could make a game reserve for it.
huh?
mayhaps. It's not my place to tell you what to do with your possessions now, but the way I see it, this is the circle of life as it may be. I'll go ahead
Or
and
we
get
could
everything
make
prepared for
omelets.
you.
I
Or we
reckon
could make omelets.
Kella will be very, he'll like hold the egg behind him. No omelets.
Hmm.
How much does an
Let's
elder
do it.
usually go for?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, if you want to be trained and stuff, you give it to somebody that knows how, maybe.
Does anyone have an appraisal skill?
Hmm.
I think I skipped that.
Yes.
Sure don't.
I do.
Nice.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Will not work.
I'm gonna roll real quick here too.
That might be able to do. Give me a moment. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if I can find any.
Owlbear eggs.
It's
Yeah, it has like
100
standard
gold
price like
pieces.
griffin eggs.
It's how much? Sorry?
100 gold pieces.
Oh
Ooh.
no. Enjoy your pet.
That's a pretty
Sounds
hefty
like
find for. That's a pretty extravagant omelet.
That could be a really good omelet.
No omelets.
Okay, how about we make it into, I don't know, what other thing do you make out of egg?
Make a lot of things out of egg.
Quiche.
Scrambled eggs? If no omelets, maybe scrambled eggs.
Quiche.
You
Sunny side up.
misunderstand me. We are not eating this egg.
We could make some bread product, a cake.
Or a carbonara.
Oh, that too.
Oh,
Well, we're not eating the egg, of course. We're eating the thing inside it.
well,
You can let it
Oh,
develop a
well,
little and have a giant balut.
let
Oh.
Kellen have
No,
this
that's
one.
down.
Come on.
We could raise the owlbear and then have more owlbear meat.
We could breed the
Basically,
owlbears for
If we
owlbear
could
meat.
find another one.
Are all of you gonna do girl talk all day, or are we gonna start hefting pieces?
Oh, I think girl
Come
talk,
on.
honestly.
Come on.
I've been talking as I've been carving.
Oh yeah, no, we're on the move for sure.
So,
Everybody take a haunch.
yeah.
The entire way back, we're talking about how, like, if we could just find another owlbear from a different region, then we could have infinite owlbear eggs. That's how it works, right?
Ah, yes. Infinite owlbear eggs.
But, like, seeing that Khaled clearly cares about this and feels strongly about it, I quit the joking after a little while.
Jean thinks less of Khaled's petty emotions.
On a more serious note, I was serious about the nature preserve thing. If they don't really grow up right in captivity, maybe section off a bit of land for, like, natural order, maybe around the Shrine to Aristo?
That's honestly a cool idea.
Yeah.
Seems like some work.
It's also, like, the alternative to us, like, murdering every monster we come across. Like, well, we've brought it to 0 hit points. Let's put
It's
it in
just
the pen.
Who suggested the reserve?
Alvar.
I'm gonna shoot you a quick message.
Message reads.
All right.
You better
All right.
fucking not.
I double down on nature reserve, but I'm not gonna share what that message said.
Okay.
I shout, Samidi, when you are living with the kobolds, when was the last time you had a full meal?
I ate like a king every day. If you
So
teach
you
a kobold,
somehow doubt that.
give a kobold a meal, he'll eat for a day. Teach a kobold how to cook, you have a servant.
So you probably wouldn't be interested in this high carb portion of meat, then, would you?
I could partake. I wouldn't deny. I mean, clearly, I mean, look at me. I'm so famished. Those kobolds just could not bring enough.
That is what I thought.
But otherwise, if you guys want, unless you guys want to sit down and have more interaction, you guys will have an exquisite meal, which, as before I told you, for the next, I'll say that for 2 weeks, you guys are going to have double natural healing.
Whoa.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
go ahead
doubled.
Lewis, I would actually like it if, anytime that I say something like that, just go ahead and put like a little calendar note or something up.
Okay, so today would be the...
I would say the first of Serenite?
Oh no, we wouldn't get back until like the 5th.
No, you guys,
Because we hit the mine on the 2nd.
Oh, right. Then you guys approached it probably around the 3rd because you went through plains, which let you go 2 tiles straight there. So it's probably right now is the 4th of Serenite, and you guys will leave here at the 6th.
Right.
Serenith, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So, any other things that people want to do?
No?
Honestly, no. I think we're just waiting for a meal to get his shit in order so we can get out.
You said 2 weeks?
I'd like to put an order in for any information on owlbears, like a book of raising them.
Does anyone have any knowledge? I think they're Arcana.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're magical.
I do, but I'm wondering if out of spite I wouldn't share it.
Halvar would.
That checks out.
There you go. You
Halvar and Emil would. I'll let you guys ask anything that you want.
About Albert?
No, I'm not asking, like... Yeah, Khaled actually wants to raise the thing, so he's going to need a reference guide.
Well, I believe they were...
That's going to be a bit more difficult, as you will quickly inquire through maybe some magical or various messages you send between you and Restov, that professional animal trainers charge nearly 2,000 to 3,000 for their services just to train an owlbear, much less the purchase of one. And many of them consider it something of a trade secret. You get many offers to train one for 3,000 to 4,000, but not any details about. It's not even well recorded exactly what they eat or what they do, because most owlbears are creations of very hermetic wizards. You were
With our knowledge
entirely
arcana
foolish.
checks that we get diet in ecology?
I can give you a little bit. For what you know, owlbears are, of course, they are constructed creatures that have the ability to mate and have spread around the regions, most of them coming in a variety of variants and sorts of different things. And it takes a while, as you're able to identify this as being just a plain, normal, non-variant owlbear. You know that it is a creature with a head like an owl, feathers cover its entire body, and has very magical traits. Has very vicious and deadly claws, and most owlbears themselves are known to be very short-tempered, aggressive, and territorial. As far as diet, you'll be able to identify that they mostly inhabit wilderness, so they'll hunt down large game. They are omnivorous, so they'll take berries, various small creatures that they're able to get their hands on. And a particular well-known love is they have a love for salmon.
So, like bear.
Like a bear. A lot more field mice in their diet.
Who doesn't love salmon, though?
Who doesn't love field mice?
Though most owlbears, from what you're able to know, are not just aggressive, because they're wild animals, they're aggressive by nature. There's been a lot of research into them, particularly about what triggers they have that might be able to show them up, what to look for in an aggressive owlbear. But you have a general idea that owlbears themselves are born with a pathological need to fight and kill.
If ever there was a creature that needed redemption, it is this one.
Does Khaled feel kinship to this creature?
Does Khaled
Maybe.
understand the biology?
Hey, neither did the fucking wizard that made the owlbear, so I think we're good.
Something tells me the wizard that made the owlbear understood biology. They were just fucking with it.
But
Maybe
other
they just didn't
details
understand
scarce.
ecology.
You don't even know how to hatch the egg.
I'm gonna treat it like a regular egg. Keep it warm.
Sit on it at night.
How do you
don't shake
propose
it
to
too
keep
much.
it warm?
We're about to have an accidental omelet. Let's go.
You'll bundle it up in some furs that Oleg might be able to lend to you and bring it along, nested in its little egg pouch. Do you carry it on you, or do you want to keep it at the wagon?
Unless we're going into dangerous situation, I'll probably carry it with me.
Do you get a papoose?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was thinking. Like, something cradle the egg against my stomach.
I just want to make sure. Are you sure you would like to carry it with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I will let you know when I leave it behind.
Samidi sits on the egg. He's still a little reluctant to rejoin you guys in the next adventure, but he doesn't give you too much guff as you guys drag him along. Otherwise, you've gotten your details on owling mostly for free. The days pass by, night fades into day, and we will regroup on the 6th of Serenith, if I'm correct.
Should be.
Karen,
I do have a small suggestion. Since we're still got like a day to wait for the stuff to come, we could hit up the hermit real quick. Introduce ourselves to him.
Stop by next door. Yes.
That'll complete most of the hexes on this side of the map. Most of the hexes on this side of the map, so then we could just focus on all the stuff on the other side.
Where's the hermit?
There's no hexes here, from what you're able to know. You guys traveled through it and explored.
Yeah, so we have the right side in that case. Where's the hermit neighbor?
From what you were told, to the east.
Okay, yeah, so we can take a day, go there, go back. Right?
Yeah.
Before we leave, I would inquire with Svetlana to get the name of this hermit, just we're not introducing ourselves as,
His name? We call him Crazy Old
fine.
Bokken. Crazy Old Bokken.
Bokken.
Why do
Alright.
you call him Crazy Old Bokken?
Well, as you might be able to imagine, with names like Fat Nori and Sneak, he's crazy and he's old.
Is crazy specifically in what way? Because
He's not harmful. He comes around, does trades just as well. We get all of our potions and supply and stuff and the like from him. He's just got a couple of quirks. He's lived here in the area longer than anyone, Stag Lord included. And it's taken a lot more than dwarves to drive him off.
Alright.
I heard he had family around these parts long, long ago. Just walking now.
We have a brief moment, and I'll also just check in with Jean and Emile and say, should we perhaps bring a gift or something? Housewarming.
Right, as we are the new neighbors, I suppose.
Something in mind?
I was sort of hoping to learn from Svetlana if he is sort of a, crazy in what way. If he's a trinket kind of man, or if he's a bottle of wine.
Pot of
He's
owlbear stew.
a fineberry man.
What's a fine berry?
Fangberry.
What's a fangberry?
Fangberry's just a berry you can find in the region. It's a little sweet, a little handy. Not many alchemical uses that I can think of, but he's always asking about it, and he always wants us to come grab him some. We ain't got the resources to go plunge it out into the woods. Maybe you can do a favor for him.
That's not a bad idea. The kobolds did mention there was a cave nearby.
Yes, sure enough. He's an awfully friendly sort, given the time.
So, if we traveled west from here, do you think we'd find some fangberries?
Not west. Not into the woods. Not into the woods, and probably not in the woods themselves, but if you keep traveling to the south, chances are you'll stumble across them. We know that there was a couple of thickets that were around that area before the bandits rode in. We try to keep far away from that point of the fort, but we've stumbled there a couple of times ourselves.
So, where along the Shrike River would fangberries grow? Or where approximately compared to the Shrike River?
To the west.
West of Shrike. Okay. Should be doable.
I think you mean the Thorn River, but yes.
Oh, right. Northbourne's Thorn River.
It's a ways away. As I said, he's a little bit of a mad sword, but he's not a bad man. He does potions and helps us keep us supplied when things get hairy, and he's the one that helped me make out your old medkit.
What do fangberry bushes actually look like?
Fangberry bushes are these small, broad-leafed bushes with tiny white berries. It's impossible to miss them.
Alright, that seems easy enough.
They look like white blueberries.
What is a blueberry?
Oh, shush.
Thank you very much.
Which directions got me confused? It's southwest to north.
So, would you like to, boys, would you like us to go find berries first, or visit the old crazy man?
Let's go find berries.
Yeah, very much so, yes.
We can explore
think
some
that-
area on the way.
Yeah, I mean, if we have a day that we're waiting anyway, why not see the old man?
So we can have a good first impression.
And also because it's very likely that he might say, well, I would be willing to trade with you, but I would require fangberries, etc., etc.
Yep.
Then we already have the advantage. No further stops back.
Okay.
Well, think of it as when a person in a village tells you to go to a nearby city, and then when you go to the city, the wizard there tells you to grab a stone tablet out of a ruin. Why would you do that when you can go to the ruin first, arrive with the tablet, and then give it to him instantly?
That is precisely correct.
Only because it doesn't take us any in-game time to visit him, essentially. We have to wait anyway.
It's good impressions.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right, but I do in fact mean it when I say I'm quite confused as to actually where we're going. So it was along the Thorn River, but it wasn't in the forest, but it was to the west. Which
West
leaves
of
one
Thorn River.
hex, no?
On
Yeah,
this,
it would have to be that
handy
hex.
dandy hex map we got, yeah.
Would
That would
you
be-
consider an alternate path?
I mean,
I mean, that's what we were going to do anyway.
That sounds about like we were gonna do anyway.
Amazing.
yeah. Hopefully don't die
And
alone.
And then
Once we
back
get to
to the
here, we can
hermit.
either decide if we want to
And
go
then-
forward or back.
So, just on that topic of if we die along the way, because it was close last time. Let me just
Well,
get.
If we all die, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but if I die and you guys survive,
Oh, yes.
I have
Would you
some.
like to give us a will?
Well, I'd like you to, honestly, most of my stuff, whatever we find as a group here, you can have it back. But my sword, I want it sent back to Restov, if that's fine.
Fine.
We can handle
Eldor
that.
likes their swords, and mine
I
should be
imagine
sent back
that
to
can
them.
be accomplished.
That was a little dour, but understood.
Eh. Guess I faced my own mortality a little bit back there.
Well, sure. We'll send it back. Point is, let us
So
go
do you
across
want me
this
to write? Do you want me to write that down in the book, or?
Yeah, sure.
Smitty rolls his shoulders. All right, we're going for a dark theme for today's journey. Maybe it was thundering.
Sean will roll his eyes so hard they're about to fall out of his skull.
All right, yep, get a move on.
Yeah.
You might have all day, but I certainly don't.
Someone roll a D-Hunter.
Well, you got something better to do.
You won't need to roll any D100s for the rest of this.
Okay,
No.
amazing.
Okay, and continue on.
Wait, did we need to search this hex?
Yeah, we're exploring
You,
this hex.
you would search that hex. You would find that there's nothing there.
Oh, okay.
If I don't say anything, then I didn't just forget.
Alright, this
But
one.
I'm trying to tally the days here.
So that would be a half day, and it would be a full day to get into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just count this all as one day,
Okay.
from Oleg's to the forest. As well, to count the 2 days for you guys probably exploring this hex to the adjacent to Oleg's.
Okay, so it's
Or one
Yes,
day.
it's a night.
My bad. It's 8th because
Eighth.
it's 1 day for planes. I forget.
right. Okay, searching is different as well. Right. Thank you.
And you guys make your way through the foresty glade. I will give you a feature. As you notice, as you come across, you seem to be at the tip of the forest itself, in a mostly uninhabited region. You do notice that farther to the west, there seems to be a long line of stone structures, and anyone with any archaeological prowess would very easily be able to identify these as being the support structures for aqueducts.
Oh.
A number of more ritualistic and much more modern constructions, which seem to be large stone pillars, also seem to line in each one of the aqueduct-like structures. Two ancient societies spaced from ancient times away, apart from each other, but they lean on further to the west.
This is something that I have been wondering about for quite some time, ever since the Temple of Eristil. Do we know who had settled these lands long ago?
I think you've been in knowledge history on it before.
Or something about some elves at one point, I believe.
Give me another knowledge history. I want to know the extent by which you know this.
I'll actually try to think about this as well.
I'm not even trained in history.
I'm untrained, yeah.
Trained? Oh, you still know quite a lot of it for what you know. You know that the ancient elves in what is known, at least colloquially, as a draconian empire. Elves, as what we understand them, seem to at least have some relation to the many dragons that dot the land, though the dragons themselves seem to sometimes be mindless, and elves have lost a lot of what attached them to their old societies. Elves still have a number of holdover societies, but none so great as the empires of the Draconian, which expanded all across the Tebrium, well south into Catlia, farther north into unknown reaches. and where it seemed like they were the light of the Empire. As you would know, as you have a passing interest in this, Argent, and as John would know just from history, the Empire itself was established when a star fell from a continent to the west. They crossed the sea on the backs of great dragons, came over and conquered these lands as their own, and just as soon they vanished without a trace. As for the other ancient empire, it's very hard to detail, but it looks a lot more familiar, and you're probably able to identify these as belonging to some sort of ancient precursor to that of Colmarsh. Your own ancestors.
Well, that's that.
It could have been that Coral the Conqueror, many years ago, made his way through here, as he too, along with the elves, seemed to have disappeared mysteriously. While I'm talking about it, and so I can get a couple of these details down for later, I would like to know if anyone has any knowledge nobility.
I knew I forgot something.
I do not.
I have never cared.
Does no one have any
Yep,
knowledge nobility?
Nope.
Then you know no additional details. You just know that the ancient armies of Colmarsh seem to have marched south many times in the past, centuries even, and have established these stone markers.
Well,
Should read up on that one.
on another note, as we approach, you said that these monuments were somewhat westward. As we approach the forest's edge, I think to myself, and I pull out the map and draw a nice big black box with ink on our map as to what areas we are concerned about, and propose a different path, like this.
Give me a perception check. Just real quick. I'm going to assume you guys are spending the time to explore this terrain.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a perception check before the fact. Okay, the area is trapped.
Amazing.
You are able to identify mostly all of the traps before they give you any particular issue. You can see that there seems to be a number of bear traps, a couple of very crude pitfall traps, nothing quite like the dwarf had shown you. But you are able to, with an additional amount of time, probably about 2 extra days, disarm all of the traps in this part of the forest.
2 extra ones. Okay.
Oh, goddamn, it's like a minefield out of here.
There's a lot of bear traps. It takes some time to find them all.
Alright.
You take the
How
time.
many is a lot?
Probably a couple of dozen. It's not so much that the traps themselves are numerous as much as it is that they're hidden, and you're taking the time to very carefully patrol the entire, I think it's a 12 square mile radius.
Yeah, that does
We-
seem like it would take a long while.
I think we should do it even if we don't want the bear traps, just because other people may go through here and get caught by them.
Yep.
Yes, the many people searching, going through the north parts of these forests. These
Well, the
forests.
traps seem to be, they're all
We
armed.
say that with
There's nothing
sarcasm,
caught.
but eventually we're planning on building a kingdom, which means there will be more traffic through here.
Sure.
So, who set
Not
these?
necessarily through here, though. Our best bet would be to co-opt the road, something like that.
Who set these? Emil asked, and as you pull up one of the bear traps, you can see very crudely etched into the side a large B.
B.
Like the letter B or like the insect?
The letter B.
Carl Baskin.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
So,
Do you know the name of the dwarf in the cave?
No?
who was that?
Have I ever seen the
hunter-
dwarf in the cave, or I just know it's a dwarf?
You've never seen the dwarf in the cave. You know that it's a dwarven cave.
Then I suppose this leaves it to Bokken then.
Right. Well, or wasn't there like a hunter that the one that gave us like the arrows for killing the tusk cutter?
Yes,
There
but we
was.
may be
His
looking too
name-
deeply.
His name, however, was Veckel.
Ah,
Veckel Benson.
Oh, there's the bee.
It could have been Benson,
Marty
though.
Benson.
Either way, disarm them and take them with us.
Yes.
Okay. Add to your inventory 16 bear traps. Some of them are a little too rusted and a little too old to actually use, and a lot of the arrow traps are kind of hard to recycle. Or not the arrow traps, the deadfall traps, I mean. Unless you want to carry around loads of rocks and wood.
No, just disarm and take what's worth caking.
Yep.
This is going to be a note for later, so someone might want to mark it down. The materials used to build these traps are worth 1 BP.
1 BP?
That's
what
build
B
point
stands for.
It's a peak build point.
Alright, I'll let Lewis write that down. Okay.
Don't just go on the loot.
So, I'd like to point to the map before we head out and propose a new route. This will allow us to search the whole of our charter on our way to the Fang Berries.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yep, sounds good.
If you're going to go that way, exploring those 2 tiles, it will of course take you 1 day each and 2 days of travel for each of them. So it's going to be 3 days in total.
Yep.
Or half a day, I meant. You find nothing in this tile. However, I'd like you to make a perception check in the next one.
1 BP of... This is so scuffed.
Am I missing any perceptions?
I never roll it.
Oh.
He's still unaware.
So what's my numbers? 19, 15, 9, and 14?
25.
Oh yeah, Cal.
19 was for the last batch.
Oh, okay, then 25, okay. As you travel further west, you can see that the large stone pillars seem to mostly fade away, along with the aqueduct itself, as it takes a turn for the north. But pillars seem to continue. However, these ones aren't from Coolmarsh. Strangely, these more rocks than they are pillars. They seem to be massive boulders shoved into the ground, covered with various runic carvings, seem to meet and clash with that of the Coalmarsh pillars themselves. As you travel along further and further, you can see that the remains of rusted weapons and various strewn about pieces of armor, much like you saw back at the war zone before, could be found in the same point. And as you come into the second tile, you find there to be a large stone structure buried beneath now what is a hill, but may not have been in the time where this conflict took place. Let me see here. It seems to be covered in an overgrown section of blackberries as you find a hidden cairn of stones marking the grave of a long-forgotten barbarian. It seems to be mostly a compressed structure. It's 4 stones and then 1 over on the top, but the various markings pretty easily denote it to be some sort of tomb.
Here lies Karnak, the man crusher.
That is honestly fascinating, although probably best to leave undisturbed, yes?
I'm messing with graves.
Especially this close to civilization, it could very well be someone's.
But usually, people are buried like 2 places. Either where they lived all of their life, or where they fought over something. So there might be something worth fighting for somewhere around here.
Or where they died.
I mean, that's true as well, but usually, people die where they lived or where they went to do something dangerous.
So aren't always fought where the valuable thing is.
True, but
Is there
it's
any kind of
somewhere.
Is there any kind of headstone?
There doesn't seem to be any denotive markings, at least not anything that you're able to read, but this particular tomb seems to be obscured, and a little bit of closer observation of the large boulders that seem to be thrown around. It seems as though maybe they were tombs as well, just toppled and exhumed. This is the lone grave. Actually, no. Wait, what am I talking about? Halvar. What languages do you speak?
Halvar speaketh Common, Orc, Draconic, Giant, Goblin, Gnoll, and Elven.
Jesus.
With a little bit of observation, you're able to tell that these are old Orcish runes. Probably from a barbarian tribe that may have been squashed and squandered long ago.
Can I tell what they say, or do you need a linguistics for that?
I will not need a linguistics for that. You'll see, let me just take a moment. It was here on the 200th year, the 300th day, and the 8th moon. The Tiger Lords of the Plains clash with the Barons of the Marsh. Here lies General, Hero, and Friend, Halvar.
Your grave.
Not my.
It's
grave.
odd to see your own. It's odd to see your own name etched into it, but it's not uncommon. And it denotes him as being Tiger Lord Halvar.
You have family who perished out here.
I wouldn't know. Maybe a long time ago.
Since when does your first name carry over?
What are you talking about?
You ever heard of people being named after their
Name
grandpa?
people after ancestors all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen in where I'm from.
Oh my god!
What are you talking about? You're King Henry VIII or the shit. What the fuck?
I'm actually from the French bit, and the elves all have unique names. In fact,
The
no two
French
elves
bit
are
of
named the
Britain?
same.
Dude,
Okay. The concept that in a whole society no two elves ever bear the same name would be ridiculous.
also,
Well,
you're from
elves,
the
maybe.
French bit? Hello.
He's not from elves. He's from France.
Also, if you're from the French inspired bit, hello. May I just remind you that I share a name with 16 French kings.
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen anymore. Not if they were elves anymore. You would have had Louis.
At some point there was a V in there.
They just start adding vowels to make the name distinct.
No, it just
not even
starts with
that.
E's and then there's Roman numerals.
Yeah, John reads the Roman numerals and he thinks they're eyes.
That's Louis spelled L-O''O''O''.
Yes, correct.
Also, Halvar, I'm very sorry. I actually thought you were named after a profession, like, baker or smith. Given the grey tax, Halvar.
Just the name.
Oh.
But you can see strewn around. Clearly, there was some sort of battle here. And denoted by the number of tombs and graves that you're able to find, you're not totally sure if these Tiger Lords managed to come out on top.
Well, I mean, there
Well,
are
they
enough of
wouldn't
them
be
left to
digging
bury a
graves if they
body.
didn't. Yeah.
Typically, the person that digs the nice graves is the one that won. Although, whether that victory meant anything afterwards is
Yes.
Mayhap.
debatable.
Could have been reduced to a Pyrrhic victory.
Well, shall we be on?
Yes.
Well, let's check out more of our future kingdom.
No other stuff? Nothing else you guys want to do?
Well, we're not going to loot the graves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at this
No,
point, it'd be a little weird for Halvar to loot the grave.
Really? Apparently it's your ancestor, because it's named Halvar, and everyone named Halvar is from the same
I mean,
family.
if they were your family, wouldn't it be that you had right to their stuff? Up to you, of course.
How much does Halvar like gold?
Halvar stroking his chin at that line of thought, because Halvar does really like gold.
Chances are it's just a corpse.
Yeah.
But it's also if there is like
Yeah.
a ghost or
I mean,
something.
Captain
He was a general.
General. Sorry.
Yes,
in general,
an
they usually
orcish
have
one from the
stuff.
past. Do you want a corroded battle axe? Because if so,
Well-
let's get digging.
Turned out he was buried in his magical full plate, and the ghost is like, no, and you can be no, it is me, Halvar. It works out. You're not lying.
Yeah, enchanted stuff don't rust as easily, from what I gather.
Take up the grave.
Oh,
Okay.
I am persuaded by this logic of loot.
Okay. I'm going to sit over here, and I point to like a stump or a rock, like a fair distance away, maybe 100 feet or something.
But we still
you
don't have
can get
shovels.
digging.
Smitty calls out and it's like, I'm not exactly sure how to glorify grave robbing, but as you will.
Write it down
We're
as
recovering-
reclaiming his ancestry.
Yeah,
They-
it's called recovering lost artifacts.
It's called archaeology. Have you ever heard of it?
Reclaimed a tomb.
Reclaimed the possessions of my ancestor.
I will point out we have the any tool if you need a shovel.
Even with the any tool, it's going to take you guys about 30 minutes until you're able to topple the stones. Once you're able to topple the stones, you can see that it's still actually buried, at least a significant amount within. Basically, they're built on almost these small hills that they've been dug into. And digging through, you're able to find an old and desiccated corpse. The body still wears a tattered remains of rotten hide armor, and the skull seems to be splayed open, crushed in, probably what spelled its doom in the first place. Of all of the barbarian's things that you're trying to exhume off of it, only one seems to stand out. A strange ring made of green wood on one finger. The ring depicts an eel and a frog locked in a tangle.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I will.
one of the
identify.
wizard boys.
I detect magic.
You would identify it to be a ring of swimming.
It's a ring of swimming.
How-
The orc like to take some dips.
However, this artifact seems quite odd in the fact that it's... When you wear it, it's very jagged. It fits very poorly on the finger, and with a little bit of closer analysis, you're able to realize that it is only one half of a ring. Yet, in itself, is still a magical piece.
Well, over here is your name ancestor's property. It's a half of a ring, and you can be better at dipping your feet in the water with it.
I'll take it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank
we
God,
should,
because I'm not taking a ring you grave robbed.
Yeah, we should cover this up again.
I'm gonna say an orcish prayer to the ancestors while I put the ring on, pretending like this is normal.
It's an orcish prayer, just like a scream and a fart.
The wind howls in a
Nice.
very... It seems to be an omen. Good or bad, you're not sure.
I'd like to say a prayer to Aristel and then start filling in the grave again.
It'll take you guys another 30 minutes. If you want to put the stones back up, is a little bit more of a difficult prospect, but with the sheer power and weight that you guys have, combined with the ability to use horses, I can imagine it won't actually take all that long.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll continue on. You move on, take a day. There doesn't seem to be anything here.
Okay.
Allow me a moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
do
sure.
think they were Tiger Lord.
I could use it.
So this is the 12th we're on.
I can say
All
with
right.
certainty there aren't too many tigers in the region.
You come across... After a bit of analysis, you're going to have to... This is a standard, so it'll take a day to analyze. As you guys come into this foresty region, it seems a little precarious that you guys haven't been assaulted by any of the Fae yet. Maybe you, Argent, you did deal with the Fae. But you come across a small hill. Still, it seems that the forest itself has grown onto it. And you come across a very suspicious-looking area. Particularly a deadfall trap that has been triggered. And a set of several large logs from a half-completed trap have rolled over, and you can see that there is what remains of a corpse underneath it. The earth has slid and moved beneath as this was some sort of massive trap for a giant creature, but unfortunately was set off.
Is there any evidence of what set it off at all?
Perception.
I see.
What is up with all these traps everywhere?
Anyone else?
Yeah, sure.
From what everyone is able to tell, it seems almost as though the trap had just gone off on itself. Maybe he was careless. Maybe he'd done a very poor job of things. Maybe something else set it off. It's very impossible to know. But you can see sticking out of one of the logs seems to be a masterwork hand axe, a hatchet with a large B engraved onto the side of it.
Another bee.
So then, is it fair to assume that this is the guy that placed all the bear traps?
Yep. Is it the magic?
I will extricate him from the mess he's got himself in and bury him.
What?
He pulls him out from the logs.
Oh, you mean
the
the
guy.
corpse? Yes.
He
Yeah.
pulls you pull him free from the logs. He's been mostly pulped and smashed in a way that's really hard to identify any other features other than the fact that he was big and had a beard. A pretty
Anything?
There's anything odd on him?
Yeah. Or in his pockets like a keepsake, something that would go to his family.
You'll find hanging from his waist around a loop of his belt, there seems to be on a piece of twine a set of fingers that have each from the index finger that have been strung up.
Set of what, sorry?
A set of fingers.
Oh.
A single finger, like an index finger, that has been chopped free and strung on this little piece of twine.
And he has several of these fingers.
Several.
What-
You can count about
whose
8,
finger?
9.
How do you know?
Human fingers?
Human fingers. Though you do see there's like maybe a half orc on there.
Okay.
Do you still bury him?
Yeah. But I don't feel bad about him being dead anymore.
Was the hatchet mundane?
Masterwork, hand axe, yes, mundane.
Okay. That note?
Still a masterwork weapon.
Burying? Yeah, I mean, I took it, obviously. Well, unless anybody wants to whip it directly to them, I'm just going to place it in the party.
Oh, fine.
Back on path.
Are we taking a break at any point?
I didn't even realize we passed by our time. Absolutely. I hope people have been enjoying this very chill stream. We're just picking up a little bit of the side content so far. We're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break right now and let everybody do their peas and poops. Goodbye.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Just want to say a big thank you for the sub and the 1,000 bits. My gosh.
Yeah, so... Damn, why do you always pick the worst viewed stream to do it? Now I have to be all excited and bring, like, actual, like, flavor and flair to the rest of this game. I could have coasted just calm, casual. You could have saved that $10, given it to the middle of the stag fight, where I'm gonna have my event donation goals up.
Wait, what?
Wait, that's the thing?
For every $10 donated, I'll kill one of these fuckers.
Wouldn't even be mad.
Every $10 is another owlbear.
Oh man.
But to the anonymous donator, thank you very much. We've also got a subscription from our own, which I'm still going to thank him for, even though...
Don't.
Get over it.
Do you know
But otherwise, I'll go ahead...
Amazon?
Dude, $5 is so much. Unlike some
Subscribe to your
streamers,
own
we do
stream.
understand $5
Lewis has tripled his investment. Like, he spent $5 on a music track that he did not use.
If you, Matt, for the cost of one Prime sub, you can get Lewis to be happy. Genuinely
Your own
happy.
stream is just digital masturbation, though.
It is.
Is this revealed?
Give it to me.
Oh.
For the cost of but one Prime sub, Matt.
No, go ahead.
No.
I also know I've been having some strange mic quality issues. If anyone sees it, start shouting it out in chat so that I can have a laugh at it and start doing robot voices. We'll do a couple of Gollum fights if that happens.
Oh no.
But otherwise, as you guys approach and begin to investigate, you find yourselves by a bubbling hot spring.
Is
I
this
have
like
already
pleasant
taken a bath this
Japanese hot spring, or like Yosemite hot spring?
Yeah, this is Femboy Hot Springs.
This is the hot spring that seems to be populated by a number of very large and very aggressive-looking toads. 2 hot springs bubble at the source of the Skunk River, and they fill the area with a distinct odor of rotten eggs.
Oh, actual toads. Oh,
Thank you, man.
no, I just thought he meant like it's sort of, those really gross old guys in the sauna.
Oh.
So you don't see any fat guys in this pond. You see a large group of frogs that seem to be mostly pretty aggressive, considering the fact that you can still see swollen chunks of meat drooped from their giant teeth.
Oh.
Wait, they have teeth?
They do.
Welcome to Fantasyland.
Can you
Frogs are
say
weird.
that again?
Wait, amphibians
Absolutely.
with teeth?
What is
That's
this?
terrifying!
Is that a goat?
It's a goat leg.
Can we kill these things as a service to humanity?
Yeah.
Likely.
Daisy.
So, I'd like to roll to see if these hot springs have any like kingdom value to us, because a lot of the times you'll get things like mineral deposits that are like in the bed of it itself, like sedentary ore deposits, like limestone or iron or whatever. What role would that be?
Probably an appraisal.
All right, I'm gonna roll my nerd skill then.
That's an acrobatics.
That's the wrong one. Thank you. That's a 24.
Oh yeah, it's minerals.
Well, you know that hot springs are, of course, of a normal, relaxing quality. You can enjoy. They probably have some healing benefits purely by the heat and the everything that's going on. But these don't seem to be particularly special, other than the fact that they're the only hot springs in the area.
Okay.
No mineral deposits, no gases that you could think of reasonably extracting. Unfortunately, you're not that far on in your technology tree. Maybe later.
Sure. Good to know.
But the frogs seem to be mostly peaceful, hopping around in large stones out by the middle of the pond, mostly keeping to themselves.
You just described them as aggressive.
Yeah.
Aggressive in the fact that they're chewing on meat, yeah, but they're not like leaping out at you.
Okay.
This appears to be something that we should resolve as well, yes?
Yeah. I don't like how they're looking at anything.
And
Why
I
do
don't
they
like
have
the fact
teeth?
that they have large teeth.
Why the fuck do they have teeth?
Well, let us do test. First, we call up, say, Frog, can you hear us? If they do not, we walk over, put foot in water, and if they attack, then we attack back.
Ah, yes, provoke the self-defense.
Oh, this is some
This
intense
isn't an
Foley work.
assault. This is a planned self-defense.
Right, it's a defensive war.
And we fall into a spike pit.
He took a step.
A
Vince is a-
froggies.
We just
The
find out
frog
that
seems to-
Coco has a spike pit fetish.
The frogs seem to shamble over, taking a very curious look at you guys. Either one of them croaks aggressively.
Are these natural? Anybody know?
What's the knowledge on these?
The knowledge is going to be nature.
Oh, look at that.
Balbar? No.
Ah, yes, the toothed frogs.
Why
you know
do
that
they
giant
have
frogs.
teeth?
You know that giant frogs have razor-sharp teeth lining their mouth. They're about 6 foot long and weigh about 200 pounds.
Are they generally a menace to populaces around the world?
If you come into their swamp.
Amazing.
Oh god.
They're very territorial, so if we disarm the troops, they should really be counted as biological one.
Well, I would like a nice hot spring to soak in, so I vote we get rid of them.
I agree.
Can't wait till one talks. We have to hear the Mike Myers, like, Shrek accent.
Do you speak English? I mean common.
Cobman.
I mean wait.
Oh, okay. I don't think...
We didn't leave fast enough. It's not happy.
You
It's
can
angry.
take a surprise round as you try talking to the giant frogs.
Okay.
Were we surprised?
Were we really?
Like, weapons out, be like, yo, these things
they-
are gonna attack us, right?
How could I ever have seen this coming?
They're gonna take it. They're gonna take that fucking surprise. I'm sorry to say.
Ow!
Get at me.
Whatever.
How is any of this surprising?
Have you ever seen
The
frogs
frogs
with teeth?
The frogs, one of these disappears beneath the water surface, and the other two you can see make a bounding leap over onto the land for their surprise round.
Oh my god, they can swim and hop. I'm extremely surprised. I did not
Sarcasm
expect them
duly
in their
noted.
capabilities.
Is this a fan service episode? Yes, yes it is. This is the filler.
This is filler episode, yes.
This is the filler. This is the filler where we just make Skyrim references and I say re.
Yes.
Well, here's my turn. I can't actually fucking get to one of these creatures, so I just take a few steps back. That's it, man.
Emil.
I'll cast shield, enhance my weapon, and walk here.
Okay. John?
Well, on the topic of taking steps back, with my wand in hand, I'm going to, at first, blast this mofo to our left, upper left, for 2d4 plus 2. Nice. And then I'm going to hide
On the
here.
left, you said?
Yeah, the one to the top left.
Okay. A frog begins moving beneath the water's surface.
Oh crap!
Frog.
And he's going to do that. This frog is going to come over. And as soon as it gets within the range of Halvar, its tongue lashes out trying to whip into you and grab you. It will not do any damage, but he's going to make a ranged. Let me see this. Primary attack can be used to grab. I think he's just going to make a grapple.
Okay.
Oh, it's not
The
attack roll with the
17
grab
beat your
special ability?
CMD. I believe 17 does not beat your CMD, correct?
No, that just meets.
So it does.
Does
So
it?
That works.
You are going to take the grabbed condition. The frog will not do shit.
Okay.
The frog does not take the condition.
Halvar is moved 5 feet towards Frog, though.
Oh, right, thank you. Stop looking up the monsters.
Yeah, when they do ranged grabs, the creature
I
grab
know.
is always moved adjacent.
I know.
Yeah, but just explaining for people watching, potentially.
Oh no.
Hunk!
Rich for days.
Please describe.
Well, he's just grabbed my friend with his tongue, so I will sink my blade through the top of his mouth, so that it through the top of his head, so that it goes down through his mouth and stabs his tongue.
Halvar, it seemed like he was trying to snap into you almost, as this giant lashing tongue pulled you into the air, trying to throw you down into its gullet with gravity before you were just completely released by the tongue as it goes limp, the dagger going straight through the top of it and through the top of the frog's head as it falls over and clatters. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, Emil. Does 17 beat?
I'm trying to find where I have it.
Fences.
Armor maneuver defense is 22, so...
Wow.
And then the tongue just whips back into its mouth. Halvar.
Okay, Halvar's gonna brush himself off, thank Khaled. As part of a move action, draw his battle axe. And move to there.
How do you guys have 22 CMD? That's
Oh, sorry,
wild
no,
to me.
it's 18. Sorry. The shield spell should not be adding to it. It seems like it does, currently.
Ah.
Argent.
Aha! A turn! I'm able to get a few feet forward, and as I do, just ripping up the swamp with my hand as I go, and when I finally do get to the frog, it's just a big ol' uppercut.
Thunk as the rock clams into its skull as you can hear a shatter. It is not dead, though it lets out another high pitch. You can see some chipped tooth. Emil.
Yeah. Guess I'm going to... Wait, oh, so it's not dead?
No, it's not dead. It has fragments of its own teeth lodged somewhere in its skull, but it is not dead.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and try to finish it off then.
Okay. That will definitely do it. You see that the frog itself seems to clamber dead onto the ground. And Jean, you finally have a moment to breathe.
I don't think so, buddy. I'm gonna prepare to cast Color Spray at the first frog that's about to try to fucking RKO me out.
Well, you were correct to assume that, as one of the frogs leaps out, plunging from the lake's depths, lunging straight at you through the air, screaming.
I Color Spray it out of the air, empowered to increase the DC of the spell.
That's hilarious.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Like a fucking fat lump of flesh, it rolls across the ground. You see it do fucking pirouettes across the ground before it just lays up a lump, and you guys are gonna have the free time to just stab it in the head when you want. The frogs are dealt with.
I'm gonna just charge it and whop it.
So, is the colorful display him like flying through the air, the magnificent water shimmering as he splashes out at rocket speed? A nice rainbow spray emanates from my hands.
It's not even that. I want to say it's more like if you've ever seen a volleyball as it hits like a big wall of water. As you just unleash this rainbow spray, the frog you release it in an arc. The frog goes through it like it was jumping through a hoop, ending up asleep halfway through.
See, in my mind, this was going on in slow motion. It was flying through the air, classical music playing in the background.
But like
Yeah.
and it's just bam.
Kingdom building. Kingdom building isn't particularly abridged. We're using the Pathfinder, like the modified rules, like the new core rules that weren't introduced when Kingmaker was released. That has a lot of those fixes for magic item building, getting some stuff
Ultimate
done,
campaign.
and it's ultimate campaign. Thank you. And we're going to be doing separate sessions for the kingdom building, so if people want to tune in to the number crunch, because it's going to be a number crunch, we know that they can, but we're going to have like events and stuff that happen between it to do some role play, so you're not going to miss any of your favorite characters if you want to watch. But otherwise, you guys have defeated the frogs and have cleared out this particular little hot spring. There seems to be no treasure, no objects, no eaten people, just the remains of half of a goat and 2, 3 very dead frogs.
Sometimes the
goat.
treasure is the memories you made along the way.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
giant
Frog
frog
bursting.
flying through the sky.
Screaming out of a lake and getting color sprayed.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll take Gil back.
Alright. A few more hexes like those, and we're gonna have a fucking good collection of memories.
Working turf.
All right, what route are y'all taking?
Wait, did we
Oh fuck, this one. My bad.
actually go here ever?
Yeah, we need to go to that
we
one.
did.
Okay.
Didn't we? Yeah, we went like that.
We didn't. We went from yeah.
GM, can you tell us which hexes are unexplored?
Oh
Can I tell you
yeah,
what hex-
he's right. He's
hexes
right.
are
he's
unexplored?
right. We're going
You
this
did
way.
not explore. You did not explore that tile. No, you
I'm
will
gonna
have
roll
her
this one.
explore. What?
I'm gonna roll this one.
Oh, you don't need to. You don't need to roll.
Aww.
We've had our random encounter for the day. I'm only going to do them at least once a session.
So excited.
But you don't find anything in that hex in particular.
Okay, amazing. This one.
Allow me a moment, because that is something semi-important. I just have to look it up, if you don't mind.
Yeah, how are we gonna grind XP without random encounters? Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
True.
As always,
For all the unveiling and getting everything done, we'll probably get plenty.
Oh look, it's a
ping pong to the cabbage patch.
Cabbage patch.
Oh, and back to the fairy glade?
And you come into a particular... Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize that the other tokens were still here. Allow me to get rid of those for you. I don't know why they're on the map. No, you come into a particular spot of the Fairy Glade. You can see that this place is more Fey-taken than most others. But what stands out most is that you've not seen much in the way of animal activity. In fact, a 15-foot-tall statue of Aristil stands near the edge of the Gnarl Marshes, partially overgrown at its base, but towering above the surrounding shrubbery. You can see that there's the remains of an old hunting lodge made out of wood in the nearby area that has long since been ruined and left into the dust. It has been reclaimed by the wilderness fully and truly, and it's most likely that you couldn't make anything new out of it. The statue itself seems to be covered in large chunks of moss, overgrown shrubs, bits and pieces of chipped away paint and wood, and a strange woodwork wrapping around it, like vines, but a little bit sturdier. But
Well,
you have a
certainly
moment
something.
of peace.
Well, Lewis, you have
Moment
to be
of
happy for
silence,
the rest
or-
of this.
Can we- Can we clean off the shrine?
You could. It'll take you a couple of minutes. Does anyone else want to participate?
Yeah, I'll help out. Keeping an eye on those surroundings as well.
He said there was like an abandoned shack or something there.
Yes, there seems to be an overgrown hunting lodge, been well and truly ruined as the rest seem to be wiping away the moss and the overgrowth on the statue.
Okay.
We might be
It's-
able to. How heavy is it? Is something we looks like we can move it to the temple?
The statue is 15 feet tall, though it is carved independently of the thing. It would be a trek, and it would be difficult, and not something that you're well equipped for right now, but potentially.
Copy that.
If you want to explore the overgrown lodge, you'll be able to find among the moth-eaten and termite-ridden woodworks, you could find there seems to be a couple of unspoiled arrows. 5 in total. Take 5 plus 1 animal bane arrows.
Who wants to carry them?
Didn't we split some arrows before?
Constantly. It's our only loot.
You and Joe split them. Joe had 1 extra, so you have to take 1 extra this time.
Okay.
So you take 3, he takes 2.
Okay, 3 extra.
What type of arrows are these?
Animal
Plus
bane.
1 animal bane.
Ooh.
As a note, Matt kept his promise of the Prime sub, so now you have to sound genuinely happy, Lewis. Thank you.
I don't know how.
What is this emotion?
Smile,
Sorry.
smile.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah.
You know what? As a matter of fact, Emil, you feel a warm, embracing glow seem to cover you. You
Nice.
feel completely at peace, and it's almost as if you can't help but to smile in the presence of the statue. Cleaning it away, you find that all of your weapons seem a little bit sharper and more prepared for what lies ahead. For the period of 1 week, all of your weapons will be treated as though they have the Keen Edge spell.
Whoa!
Yeah. Okay, actually, genuinely happy about that as
Yeah,
well.
let's go fight the Stag Lord like right now. Actually,
Yeah.
Well, we can get the spell again, if need be.
You think?
Besides, in character, I don't know that, like,
Translates as well, yeah.
yeah.
You
it's fine.
you can feel that something has happened. It's the presence of divine magic. You felt a blessing before from Aerostil, so this actually is something familiar to you guys. And with a little bit of inspection as to what changed, you can see that your weapons are now seem to be infected by some sort of magical spell. It's not like an actual thing. Like I'm telling you, a week. You guys have like magic sight and like spellcraft for the most part, where I can give this to you if you guys took 10.
Right.
Either way, I don't think we should game it too hard and go run after the...
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm
no,
okay.
no.
Kidding.
Back to exploring.
Yes.
Aristil's
I will
You
slay
guys-
the next frog much more swiftly now.
You will take the time. I'm going to go past Tuskutter's lair quick. You will take the time to go ahead and rest underneath the statue, and you're not harassed by any animals throughout the night, including none of your Fey friends.
Oh.
And as you guys wake up in the morning, the day will not pass.
What?
Why me bullshit?
Tuskcutter, what are you doing here?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where did I put it?
Tuskcutter's spirit is coming after us.
The day will not pass?
Tuskcutter's ghost is coming at us.
We're
It is the
trapped in night forever.
it is the slight evening hours as you guys have made a camp underneath that of the statue, as can be seen just to the off screen to the left. The lighting conditions are what can be described as dim.
Looks it.
All of you will awake in a bit of a fit as you hear through the underbrush something seems to be running at an extremely fast pace. And sure enough, 2 figures pop out of the branches first.
Huh.
Run!
What the fuck is that?
What is that a dragon?
You see what seems to be a small fairy dragon as it breaks out from beneath the branches, covered in scratches and scars as it plows out, followed by a small whitish humanoid that is on the body of a cricket that seems to jump from tree to tree.
What is going on?
Well, I don't hesitate. When they say run, I fall in a step and start booking it with them. And
Oh my
What?
I pick up my bag and my sleeping roll and
my
I
backpack
run as
over
well.
our shoulder. Like,
And
so where
just
do we
as
run
you
it
guys,
from?
I stand up
collect,
with my battle axe. Or great axe.
and I'll point out that Archon, you do remember these. These seem to be the fairy dragon Pearl of Ash and the I actually forgot her name. Tick Tittertut. And followed behind them, you see 2 massive moths with a sinister blue glow that seems to surround them as they bash through, and you can see snap the top branches through trees.
Why do they have teeth?
Why are they massive?
Why do I keep having to
Why
ask
are they
this?
so
Why
big?
do
Oh my
they
god,
have
yeah,
teeth?
Sean is sprinting as well, his bedroll in one hand flapping in the wind, his bag over his other shoulder. Wait, he doesn't use a bedroll, he meditates. He takes the bag and runs.
All right. So how are you guys going for this encounter? Any checks that you guys want to make beforehand? Anything?
Whilst running, I'll try to use magic missile to make a particularly large branch fall on a moth.
That. Give me just a base D20.
I will.
15 and higher is good.
Oh well.
You can see as I'll say that you guys don't get caught for the meantime. If you want to make some runs, you're gonna have to actually start making some rolls. Jean, as you make an attempt to try to slow it down, you can see that the big tree branch, the moth seems to completely shrug it off, massive in size. And you can see that with a fresh and refined hatred for you, it seems to be swooping around trying to catch you.
Okay.
Oh, fuck this then. I'd like to cast shield and essentially stop and ready.
All right, you make a heel turn to engage into the moths. Do any of the rest of you decide to make this decision?
Yeah.
I wasn't
after
running. I
this-
saw Khaled not move, and I just drew my great axe. If we have time for actions, I would like to cast Mage Armor.
I'll give you one.
I would like to hit one of them with the sling stone.
Okay, give me a target.
The guy that's most actively chasing us.
That would be a whiff. All right, combat has started. My roll 20 is freezing, so it might take a second.
Whitefish.
Fine.
Whitefish,
What
I mean,
does whitefish mean?
I think
Wayfish?
young
Wayfish.
woman.
Young woman.
I thought it was
No,
waif.
no, it can be attributed to men too. It generally means thin.
Yeah, like wafer thin.
Yeah.
No.
Where it comes from. That's the etymology. You figured it out.
Yeah, completely.
You mean waifu-ish?
No. Are you?
I don't
Yeah,
even
it
know why you
means
try.
You look sick and underfed.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh.
I wonder if that is actually where wife comes from, though. Now I'm uncomfortable.
No, it is where
No.
waifu comes from, though.
I don't think so.
No, it's
What?
not where waifu comes from.
Which of you made actions?
I did.
This is hard fight. You guys go ahead. So, you guys begin your combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say as I run.
Likewise.
Are you guys still loving it?
No. So
You leave
after
Emil to
see,
fight himself?
After I see Emil stop, I also like stop like with a little skirt of the dirt, and I turn around, and the dude that's pissed off at me, or the moth I get, I'm going to this time cast normally because I have my wand prepared, a magic missile, and I'll empower it.
Just got on the dirt.
Go right ahead.
That's 2d4 plus 2 for you. Let's go.
Nice.
It takes a solid chunk of damage. The moth looks completely unfazed.
Oh.
Khaled. They are both ground level, roughly. They're not flying or trying to make any interesting tricks happen.
I see. I will go give it a good stabbing.
That's a whiff. You can see that the moth like diligently flies around you as you're trying to swing at it. For its great size, it's extremely agile. Halvar.
I would like to charge the moth. Closest spot would be there.
Big hit. That will land. However, you'll note that it feels like your hit didn't take its full effect.
Okay.
Emil.
Okay. So, oh, I guess I can't charge as part of this action. I'd like to cast Shocking Grasp. Channeling it through my sword. Walk up and take my attack.
Go ahead.
Just find my...
I'm sorry, actually, I might have done this wrong. Halvar, is that attack that you did with the bonus?
To charge or
Yeah, like is 20 your total or 22?
20 is my total.
That did not hit, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Emil. That did not hit. The charge is retained.
Yep.
Let's see. This one is going to go ahead and... Oh no. Oh no. Let's make start of each turn. Oh, no. You guys are safe for right now. This creature is going to charge forwards about 40, not coming into contact, but mostly getting itself into position. Argent.
Because I was tagging along with Tig and Pervalat, as I run, I say, "Are these creatures capable of being killed?"
If anything's hit hard enough, you could probably kill it. Probably.
But you would not say that they are far outside the capacity of my companions.
Probably.
Okay, I will be right back. And I stop, spin around, and just rush towards this creature.
Okay.
And I, once again, just gathering energy as I go.
That will hit, and you do a nice slug. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is the kinetic damage? It's treated as a weapon for the purposes of damage, right?
Yes, and it does whatever damage type I want. It is almost always bludgeoning, but in this particular case, I'm going to do piercing because I'm kind of trying to rip through its wings.
You will not do the full effect of your damage, but you will knock it on its ass as it seems to drop down from where it was flying.
Okay.
Not any real effect. Now the trouble starts. I need every
Will
one
save.
of you to make me a will save.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, not Paul. Never mind. Not Paul.
I don't fall asleep. That's cool.
Fuck me up,
Halvar.
no-go.
Khaled. Oh.
What was it? Will?
Well,
Argent? Argent passes.
Nice.
Emil passes. Halvar and Khalid, you are both confused.
Oh no!
No, very bad.
You can see that with its large wings, as you try to focus on it and get a look at it, trying to land your shots and be as effective as possible, its massive wings seem to lure you in an almost hypnotic trance. You find yourself not able to break out, and with its eerie shifting patterns, you have been confused for one round.
I'm looking forward to being one-shot by Halvar.
I could always hurt myself or act normally or gibber incoherently.
Yeah, I know.
I could power attack one of you.
The Gloomwing itself will make... Oh no. It's going to make a full attack, and it's going to attack you all in this order. I know I don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. It is going to attack Halvar, Emil, then Khalid.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Am I confused starting now? So do I need to make a roll to try to act
On
normally?
your turn.
Okay, then I'm gonna parry.
Let me just make a quick look. A confused character, target confusion, able to determine their actions. Roll on the following table at the start of each subject's turn. Yeah, it's only at the start of your turn, so you can parry this. I know I keep rolling before you can parry, so I apologize, but you'll go ahead and parry it. Want to riposte?
Yes.
God damn. I mean, it's not full effect, but leave some crits for the rest of us.
Point out, if a confused creature is attacked, it attacks the creature that last attacked it until that creature is dead or out of sight.
Who is attacked automatically attacks its attackers on its next turn, as long as it is still confused when its turns come around. That is correct.
So no rolling.
No, there will be no rolling. That is correct, but you will be confused. Which doesn't actually have any purposes other than the rolling.
So, based on the movements of my allies, right? These guys don't seem to have reach, right?
Doesn't seem like it.
They didn't take an auto attack there, and they didn't take any here.
Nope.
So I'm just gonna jog over here. And swift action give my color spray 2 more DC. And hit them both.
Do they have an int score?
I need to look at something real quick. That's a good question as well. That is a good question as well. I'm trying to take a look. I'm basically displaying looking between him and... I don't know, would a mindless creature...
Do they have the type vermin?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Should be
It
fine.
should be good then.
In that case, they're probably fine.
As long as it's not
Nope.
intelligence score of line,
Yes.
it should be fine.
Yes, they do have mind. Okay, you're good.
Epic.
So you're hitting... Are you hitting them both?
Yes, it's DC 17. Oh. Oh.
No.
Both will save.
Alright, nothing happens.
Khalid, you
That's
are...
rough.
You must attack.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. The crit will not confirm. Where did I have my
Doesn't do
thing at?
any damage?
I had them here somewhere. Oh, right. I have their AC modified anyways. Alright. The crit will hit. It will not do any damage. Halvar, you must attack.
Bonking with the Great Axe.
Whiff. Emil, you must. You're
No, I
not
don't.
possessed. You can do whatever you want.
Rough.
I
But
will
you
attack.
you probably want to attack.
Yeah. Oh. Come on!
Oh.
The Gloomwing that seems to be surrounded by Argent as well. I'm going to need everyone who is no longer confused to make me a will save. All of you.
Amazing.
Tell me when the first round are done. Argent passes.
No.
Emil passes. Everyone else fails. You are all confused. As well,
Talk
I'm
about
going
this?
to need another will save.
2 ones, buddy.
Oh, the fortitude save. Fortitude save. Never mind.
From everybody?
Yep. All right. Oh. Okay. Let me go ahead and draw something real quick. This is probably not the right 30-foot square thing that I wanted to use, so I need to go steal one from the thing. I know I'm going a little slow. I kind of half prepared this combat. Where's the thing under adventuring party?
Should've
Spell effect
kept
template.
running. But no, Halvar and Khaled, ooh, we're big manly men and we're gonna stand and get killed. We should have kept
30
running.
foot, so probably around like this.
What?
As a large cloud of pheromones seem to surround around, and the Gloomwing is going to, in fact, attack Argent. Bite. 2 claws. That was another bite. My bad. I'll keep the roll, so the next one is a miss. Does a 21 hit?
21 does.
Actually,
Well,
the
check,
13. It would have been a 13. Nothing hits. You're good.
Fantastic.
Argent, you are not confused.
Neat. So I'm going to first of all attack, which is going to be fine, I imagine. Just another like big pummel to this creature's face with a blade of earth, and then I'm going to provoke an OA as I move right here.
Your Connect Blade will unfortunately not hit. These things seem to be extremely armored and extremely dangerous.
Neat.
And you will provoke that the AOE, attack of opportunity,
Yes, sir.
and it'll miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. This next Gloomwing, to those of you who are not confused, roll again.
Damn it!
We're
You're
all
now
gonna die in
confused.
confusion.
I am Confucius.
If I get to act normally on my turn and I'm
Uh-oh.
running away, none of you can
You are
stop
all
me.
confused. The Gloomwings flapping their wings at you as you seem to be unable to look away.
It's hypnotic.
John, you have not been attacked. Please roll for confusion.
I get to
You deal 1d8 point
strength damage to myself.
strength. Yep. Oh shit, I should have done something before you ran. I'll do it after this one.
Amazing.
Wait, did this only not do anything on its turn?
You attacked Argent.
Well, this
That was
one
an
attacked
OA.
Argent. What
Yeah,
did
well,
this
the-
one?
The other one I think made the big field. I'm a little
We made a will
hectic
save
right
from
now.
the start of its turn. And then it should act before it becomes Jean's
Oh
turn.
yeah, shit! I didn't do any sort of turn. Thank you, Lewis. I'll now commence to try to kill you.
Thank you.
These attacks will be against Khaled.
No.
Yeah, okay. Can I try to parry?
Yes. That'll parry the first, not parry the second.
Wait, how much panache have you got?
Got a lot.
I've got 4. I regained some on those crits, but I don't think I've got enough anymore.
That's true. He's
I got-
crit a lot.
I've got one left right now, and I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Emerging freely from the bushes now, you can see that another figure steps in, donned in full plate with a large sword in his hand.
Nah, get out
He
of
has-
here.
He has
Oh, no.
a strap of leather that he's used to cover his mouth, and you can see that he does not actually look at the. He does not attempt at all to look at the moths as he charges it, giving each of you a flank if you're able to effectively attack it. Where did I put him?
Only one of them, I think.
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
if you all do 5-foot tricks, you might be able to all steal a flank. But what a combat. Why do I not have nothing prepared? Why
The
am I
rule for
CD?
flanking is being able to draw a line through it.
It needs to be opposite sides. So if it's corner, it's
Roll.
so this is like
22, and he'll slash into it.
damn son.
It will be on its last leg. Actually, I need to roll something else. It's fucking retarded. It's fine. We're good. He avoids looking at it no matter what.
Oh,
Alan.
okay.
So am I flanking or not?
No,
Nope.
No.
this line is not on opposite sides of the creature.
Should be.
No, it's not.
Khaled, did you get attacked last? Yeah, you got attacked. You must attack.
Oh, right.
The cloud
Oh,
itself doesn't seem to actually disrupt anybody's vision. It just seems that there's a purple mist that has rolled over the area.
So
And
sad
that will
we spread out the attacks.
kill it. Yeah, that will kill it. Even with the damage reduction and the crit not confirming. As you can see that the moth seems to chirp out one last cry. Elvar, you are confused. Roll for confusion.
Yep.
You will
Attack the nearest creature.
attack the nearest creature.
Okay.
Roll a 1d3.
I'm closest by rule of diagonals.
That will be Lewis.
Emil,
Attack him.
I'm so sorry.
it's fine. You don't hit.
Lewis, you must attack Halvar on your turn.
Yup. Yup. I have the shocking grasp.
Oh
Still
no.
charged. I have a keen sword and shocking grasp.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's a wizard!
Oh, please, please, please. Oh, you might just die here.
With just one prime sub, we'll change the next rule. to
Lewis,
one.
pull on your shitty luck.
Oh, let's go.
Doesn't hit.
Let's go.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
The next Gloomwing is going to again attempt to confuse everyone. However, you notice Keston looking away is not going to be affected by these rolls.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do?
I am confusion.
I will look away.
I'll look away.
Oh,
I'll
We
look
all-
away.
Do we all get to roll
I
again?
think
Like,
I'm looking at Emil because I just tried to clobber him.
Do I get to look away if I'm confused?
You shouldn't be confused anymore. Your turn passed.
I mean, Keston does have to roll. Every single one of you, give me a 1d100.
so I'm
above 50 is
already
good.
confused. Does it affect me at all?
No.
Okay.
Oh, above 50
That is
good,
bad.
he
The
says.
gaze effect will the gaze attack will take effect.
Amazing.
Not on
Thanks for
Keston,
the
I
will
guess. That means time to roll will saves. Halvar, you are confused. You are still confused. I think that still means you need to attack him, maybe? I don't know.
No,
We'll say it's a
I
reset
stopped
because
being
you
confused
stopped
after
being
my
confused
turn.
and you got confused. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. John, you were not confused. Emil, you were not confused. Keston avoided the thing entirely by averting his gaze. Argent
Still is.
still is. It will take a step forwards. It will take a bite at John.
No.
Oh. That's a hit, I believe.
And we'll start clawing John.
Okay, well, this is where it gets bad. That's
After
another
you
2
drop,
hits.
its next attack is going to go against Halvar.
Okay.
I will probably intervene on this one, we'll see.
Would the
Bodyguard.
16 drop you?
But not. Yes, the 16 would, yes.
Oh, so that 25 definitely hits.
Okay. I wasn't sure because there was no response from you. Then I'm gonna quickly roll a bodyguard for the second hit here, which I don't succeed at regardless.
Amazing.
Okay.
Wouldn't have helped anyway.
It's fine. I don't go down.
Argent, you
Plus
are
3 AC?
confused, yes?
I am.
15.
Plus 3 AC. That still hits.
36. Yeah, I just babble incoherently, I guess, my round. Which
Say
is,
something.
like the thing about moths is that they are sort of like a butterfly, but more deadly.
John's unconscious. Khaled.
John's actually bleeding out.
Actually, fuck. John, Keston moves. I forgot that he rolls right after John. He's going to go and move over into a nice position. This is not any sort of flank or anything. He's going to try to hit it. He misses. Now it's Khaled. Stop hitting yourself. 1d8 plus strength. Take 4 damage. Halvar, you've been attacked. You are free to attack.
You're right. Kerbonk, but that's not gonna hit.
That will not hit. Emil, are you still confused? I don't know, you're not.
I believe I made the last one. So, sooner or later, I'm gonna fucking hit something. I'll 5-foot step there. And I'll now be flanking, I hope. Okay.
Wait, what was the DC for the confusion?
I'm sorry?
What was the DC for the confusion?
The DC for confusion is 14.
I made it last round.
Ah. Sure did.
I did not hit
Hey,
myself. I
heal
will,
back up, take your attack back, and we'll do. And Emil does not hit. Or Emil does
I
hit. He
will
does
cut.
flank.
yeah,
That's
I'll
with the
cover over.
flanking bonus.
It's with the flanking bonus.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, then he does not hit.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. The AC's
Khaled,
21 though.
You will hit. The damage will not go through.
Got me.
Everyone give me a fortitude, and everyone give me a will. Do it in order, please. Okay. The DC for these is going to be 14 for both. I'm just going to trust you guys as to what you say is what you were saying. Like, as far as, like, that you guys, if you have taken it, please tell me. I'm not going to take a look at them. You are going to become weakened by the pheromones, taking a -4 penalty to your strength score.
If we fail the fort.
If you fail the fort. The will
Got it.
save will do its confusion as normal.
And the fortitude's DC is
It's 14, same as
Got
will
it.
save.
check.
Is
So Khaled will be -4, Halvar will have -4.
Already applied it.
The people who
good.
use
Just
strength.
once.
Yeah, you know.
Keston needs to
I need.
roll. Give me a second. I'm gonna go roll him real quick.
Meanwhile, I'm here being dex-based, making it.
Keston will make his -4. We'll get -4, but he does not come confused. And the thing will attack Keston.
Oh.
That is a nasty bite, but you can see that Keston is going to shrug it off, and he's also going to take the claws. He's taken some pretty heavy hits.
Keston's a badass, holy heck.
Arjun.
Don't praise him.
He took 20 damage, as if nothing.
Fuck, I hate, I don't do shit to these guys. I still look directly at them as I attack, but keeping an eye on Khaled. Again, just ground up, ripping up another chunk of earth, trying to knock out of the air. But I imagine 14 versus AC.
This thing is on the ground, but it's still dipping and darting, trying to dodge.
Yeah, there's problems.
Gone. Where are you?
Where's your con? Under Khaled.
He's under
Oh,
Khaled.
yeah. He's Khaled's. I forgot Khaled's surfing him right now.
There's space in the hex in the square. But yes, I've still
Ka-
missed.
Khaled, you made your check, I believe. For
Sure
will
did,
save,
but
did you
yes.
roll your will save?
Oh, no.
Did you roll your will save, Khaled?
No, I forgot.
Okay, go ahead and roll it now. You pass.
I will attack.
Amazing.
You have flanking now.
Crit will. Is it crit flanking now? It sure is. So that crit will confirm. You'll do the damage from the hole, so 13 minus blank. Solid damage. The second attack does not hit. This one is relatively undamaged. Halvar.
Halvar is going to take the withdrawal action
Get the fuck out of there.
and get to here. And because withdrawal's a full round, that is Halvar's turn.
Okay, Emil.
Okay. Okay. Sooner or later, I'll hit.
Can we discharge this?
No, I haven't yet.
That's a slap.
Okay. He also takes 2d6 points of electricity damage.
Throw it.
10 more.
Shit, you do good damage, but so far not just enough, as it's going to turn its attention. Same as second verse, same as the first. Anyone who has not been affected by the fortitude yet, I need you to roll the fortitude check. If you have already taken the strength damage, you do not need to make this roll.
No.
Otherwise, everyone needs to make their will saves. I'm going to roll for Keston, who is still looking away.
Am I far enough away not to make that will save?
He's going to make his save. Let me take a look. Yes.
Hey.
And it was a 4 penalty to strength?
Mm-hmm.
Keston is going to be confused.
Okay.
Or not confused, my bad. He passed.
Say, huh?
Huh?
And the penalty is -4 to strength.
Yep, okay. Got it marked down.
And it is going to attempt to start shredding into a meal. I'm gonna guess none of that stuff happens.
Oh yeah, no. 22 AC.
Argent.
Struggling as best as I can now. The fact that I am weakened by this thing. That's no good.
Jean's down. Khaled.
I will attack. Nope, I will roll. I will do whatever that tells me.
Attack nearest. 1d4. 2 and 3 are good.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
You
Well.
attack Emil.
Ah, fine.
Critical.
I don't think he would actually. No.
Halvar. You are outside of this realm of pheromones.
The first thing I'm going to do is cast Magic Weapon and touch the... Or no, sorry. Cast Gravity Bow. That is the first thing I do, and then I end my turn.
Emil.
Okay. Less of a bug sapper this time, but I will still try to smack it. So. Yes.
8 goes up to 2d6, yeah.
That's a solid hit. Does not kill it. However, Keston did not make his turn. He is confused. He will act as normal.
Yes!
And he is going to make a strong lunge into this thing. 18 does not hit. This does not matter, as at the beginning of the turn, the thing is going to withdraw into the air, and unless somebody wants to make some AOs against it, is going to fly away.
Hell yeah, I wanna.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah, I wanna.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Down she goes. You see, as the moth comes up, give me a description. It's flying into the air.
I think I'd just like to, clip off 2 of its hind legs, as it's been hurt before. And hurt its wing, so like it then just crashes to the ground and like spasses out.
And so it does. The moth lays clattered on the ground. Keston, as the pheromones dissipate, Keston like dabs at his mouth. You can see that bits of drool from his confusion seem to have taken effect. The two creatures to the north that seem to have made a heel turn now. They did not help anywhere in the combat, but you can see that one is sprawled on its back across the ground, panting deep breaths, with the waifish humanoid seem to be bobbed over, almost in a dizzy state.
I'm also gonna see about Jean's wounds.
You do have the wand, I think.
John, give me three Constitution checks
Why?
for the rounds that went by that I didn't check.
I did check.
Stabilized.
He stabilized.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah,
second
was
round.
the first one? Oh shit!
It was second
I didn't even watch him roll it.
Yeah, well, I said I was wrong.
That was because you skipped his turn and then he rolled it anyway.
Yeah. 0 ranks and he's... Am I the only one of these?
Khaled's gonna speak in Sylvan and ask if either of these fine folk are able to use a wand.
The fairy dragon will oblige. You can see that he seems to pop back up to his feet, still a little bit haggard as he sways over. Give the precious to me. You see his tail whip over.
I ask whoever's got the wand if they're comfortable
think
giving it to me.
Jean was carrying it, so I'm gonna rifle through his pockets.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
I will
so I'm
take
gonna
it
rifle
from
through his
Jean and give it
pockets.
to the dragon.
The tiny little dragon, no more probably than the length of your forearm, will take the wand with a large, barely able to hold it over itself as it, with a whip of its tail, smacks it into the head of Jean, reciting a couple of words in Sylvan. And I don't think it works on the first try, but he'll take some time. And try again. Try again. Try again. What's the DC? 20?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
There you go.
Pow! He clacks you with the wooden wand in the head and gives you 1d8 plus 1.
Let's go.
Terrible.
Thank you.
John will wake up with an ouch as he springs
Calvin?
up and grabs his forehead.
You can see dangling from the little fairy dragon's neck on a nice golden chain something that seems quite familiar. In fact, it seems to be like a small metallic compass.
Hey, I thought I lost that.
Many people lose things in woods. Fortunately, Pearl of Ash, find. You have done good service to Pearl of Ash and Tic-Tater-Tut. We give this as reward. Oh, just take the damn thing.
Thank you, Pearl of Ash. I appreciate you finding my wayfinder.
Sort of
This
finds its
is...
way.
You will figure out what this has to do with later, but I want to roll it now. If you will please give me a 1d100. 12. Let me go find something. I'm scrolling in a list.
I'm in the background going to be whacking people with the heel stick.
Oh. I might have you roll this a couple of times depending on how I feel about it.
Okay. I will, upon realizing that it's working again, I will try to thank Pearl of Ash for fixing it.
Oh, yes, it's no problem. You've come a very long way out into the woods to do good service. We thank you for, helping. Though, sorry about pranks.
It's no problem. Would you like to join us for the rest of the evening?
This sounds quite nice. Yes, Pearl of Ash will grace you with his presence. Very much so. As thanks for the heroes of this forest. And Tic-Tater-Tat will join too. She thanks you.
I will offer them both some sweets, like honey bread from my stores, and A sip, just a little sip of liquor if they want it.
They will partake.
Oh, yeah.
They don't partake. Yes, please.
As they're having that conversation, hey, Creston, what are you doing all the way out here?
You see in his heavy plate mail, he seems to be shambling back into the woods.
Hey!
Small.
I want to thank you for the help over the, back there. It was real good of you to come along when you did.
Don't take it as something that'll happen very often. You cause plenty of your own trouble, and I have things to do with my own. As it just happened, we have crossed paths this once. Let's not make a habit of it.
Yes, I was about to ask, what brings you out this far to the west?
Well,
because we were very clear about the bandit situation not being your purview, correct?
Fine. You have a drink, food, ale, sort?
Yes.
I have ale.
Beats trail rations and berries. Fine. And Keston will shamble back over to your little campfire and place himself on a couple of logs that you've positioned.
You are invited yourself.
Hold up a wine skin filled with ale. Toss it over to him.
He'll catch it. Samidi comes out, wondering what all the hubbub was. The thing isn't the wagon isn't very far off. He sees the corpses and immediately starts etching something into his book. Why did I come? A fantastic question I find myself asking very often. No, these places are very rife with elven ruins, ancient coal marsh places and the sort. I was searching. I have more duties than just that of guard, and my mercenary group can do more than enough than holding down a small border fort. Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Well, I wanted to tell you, right? You helped us back there, and by the name Eldori, I'm honor bound to repay that debt.
Save it. I don't want any of it.
Look, I'm just saying, I owe you one, okay?
That little worth it is to me. But I suppose it is a nice gesture. Fine. Thank you. In truth, I was only passing by, as I said, and it seemed like you could use more than a little bit of help with the gloom wings.
That's what they are.
That was unpleasant.
Well, they should be, as far as I know. They are not quite right from what I remember. Usually they take more than a horde, so you didn't take any casualties yourself. You've done quite well.
Yeah.
Normally they're from the plane of shadows, but this particular must have found a slip, some sort of passageway. Maybe someone summoned them, who knows. Not my care.
I just hope there's not more of them.
Yes, let's hope that there are no more of them. The fairy dragon seems to give cross eyes, looking between the group.
No.
Samidi will gratefully take the skin, and you get a little pop-up saying Samidi will remember this.
Dragon friend.
I mean, he's going to have to share that ale.
Dragon friend, what do you know of these things?
I wish to make many apologies. I simply wish to play the greatest prank that I could have. And it seems it did not turn out so well. They made their destination. No, I don't believe there are too many more, at least not in this area. Those were the two that seemed to have followed us. We found this strange place in the woods. They seem to have gathered in many large droves, but it's not someone like you would be able to find. Only Only the small folk like us can find such hidden and cramped little places. We had meant to draw them over for the greatest prank that we could, and they followed us and almost did us in. There will be no more pranks, I assure. And Samidi will pass around the skin.
Oh,
That would be much appreciated, Perlavash.
It is good that one remembers one's name. Perlavash is Lord Guardian of these woods, with my humble assistant, Tink-Titter-Tot. She gives a slight wave, as you can see that she's trying to nibble on like a raisin that someone has given her.
been appointed guardian of this place.
You.
Yes. No. Well, yes.
By who?
The previous denizen of this woods saw it fit to charge me with the protection of its people, though they made it quite a ways away. Maybe in entirely another woods. I not know.
Who was the previous guardian?
Now that I could tell for hours. A beautiful woman, long, slender, green locks. Not like us, not more like you. She was biggins, but not caused much trouble. Though, very much does seem to trouble her in woods. Never learned name, but we make acquaintance many times. She showed Perlavash many places within the woods, but all north of here.
Right. Well, it seems like we're in the same business then, Perlavash. Because we too have been appointed protectors of the lands around the woods to the east of here and some of the woods as well, and protector of the people that choose to live here.
Perlavash doubts this, but as long as you not cut down too many trees, then Perlavash sees no problems.
I think we're gonna stick to the hills and plains mostly.
Smart call.
No.
Much less monsters.
Necessarily know about that. I'd like to visit those hot springs on a fairly regular basis.
Right. But, you know.
And deal with slimy, sticky toad?
We killed those.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Dead
there
toad.
are no
Even worse.
toads anymore. Perlavash, can you tell us anything else about these forests? Are there any other dangers we should be aware of?
Only the lady. But she long gone. Though there are finicky people to the what you call it, east?
Right. You know anything about the Stag Lord?
Horrid man.
Mm-hmm.
Worse, more horrid father.
Right?
Yes. I know much about this Stag Lord, as you call it. He claims himself the lord of these lands and denizen of the woods. Perlavash's position of all things. Most putrid, horrid, foul-mouthed. But Stag Lord only part of problem. Stag Lord father. That tainted being.
Really? Who's this father?
A great defiler of the wood. He come preaching of word of strange god, horrid god. He even say word is so much make plant wilt. Far as one knows, Stag Lord runs him around like a slave. He's broken, demented, rotten.
Is he a person, or...?
If one could call that.
Wow.
He is what word one would use? Druid?
Ah.
Shaman. Normally guardian. You take something that was once pure, defile it, make it anti-pure. Very bad.
blighted?
Something wrong.
Hmm.
Someone whispers silly word in a man's ear. Most likely, yes.
Understood. So, these gloom moths that you brought to this world from Prank, Keston says they are from the realm of shadow, which makes me wonder how two of you came to these lands.
We? No. Not bring from Shadowland. They come from Shadowland we find, then bring them here.
And where is this rift or Shadowland wrinkle?
Far, far south. We took many days to travel to make greatest prank yet. Though, as turns out, Gloom Moth's much more dangerous than one can anticipate.
And you two, how did you come to these woods?
We born here. Brought by the lady. As were all other creatures. Of, small type.
I see.
The Fae, you mean?
Yes. Faye. What would call her? Queen? She is our queen. Many years ago, she come to these lands, claim what is owned. Many strange people come by. We have existed for a very long time and have seen much of it, but Lady only tells us bits and pieces.
It is good to know, thank you.
Wait, how many years? Like, did you
Oldest story.
wait, did you ever
oldest
see
story-
any elves? Like a lot of them
Yes.
back in the day?
Pointy-eared ones. Many
Yeah.
of those. They were less taking to that of the lady. The lady was very diligent about keeping them away from the forest. They respected nature. Large, scaly beasts that they rode around on, and they sought to put great peace to the lands. Never mess with us, no better. Yes. They would always come and bring gifts and other snacks and treats. There was never much conflict with them, but they never have much interaction either.
Wait, and you were there personally back then?
Yes, but things very foggy sometimes. If you were asked to bring one's very clunky name, I don't think one could produce one from the elves. But there is one that I remember. Oldest memory. Not oldest, but nearest oldest. Make sense?
More or less.
Good. The one with the shiny red cape. Yes. Hundreds, thousands of men at his back. All listen when he spoke. Noble, regal, reminded me greatly of Lady, and Lady took great kindly upon him. Yes.
That's it. He had a red cape.
And who was this
Yes.
person? You said you had this person's name?
Kabu. No. Wrong name. Stan. Ugh. Yes! That is it! Many years ago.
Sorry, what was the name?
Stanislaw.
I scratch my head. That's the person that mined this empire. That's not that long ago.
Nearest, closest memory. Very long ways away, though.
I see.
Maybe reference point for short-lived races like selves?
Possible.
Yes. Lady took great kindly upon him. That was when left. Then assigned me as guardian.
Huh.
And you're doing a fine job.
Well,
Well,
It gets very boring. Mostly people die, they don't interrupt things. It'd work out.
If as you're protecting the forest, if you come across something that's too difficult for you, You can always come find us. And we will help.
Nothing ever too difficult, unless get in bad situation. But you seem kindly, Bigginses. We will take this as truce between us. Samidi's just puzzled, trying to figure out how to write all of this.
Happen to remember a battle that occurred to the northwest of your forest some time ago. Orcs versus humans?
That's close memory, too. One thinks, yes, Redcape was involved. Redcape go march against them. Greenskins. Foul, ugly creatures. But they respect woods. They were not bad neighbors. Little crude.
Do you remember what happened to the Greenskins?
No, well, yes. Never saw again. Not in mass. But also never saw Redcape either. Methinks probably they both just killed each other. Very satisfying conclusion.
Was there any symbols on the red capes?
Symbols. I don't have thumbs. Have chalk? Cold charcoal. Both work.
I have chalk.
Give.
Hand him chalk.
And as you can see, he's going to etch out 3 symbols. One seems very unfamiliar. The other is very easily identifiable as being the flag for Colmarsh, that of the Marsh Barons themselves. It's a little hard to tell, but you can see that it's mostly 3 swords emblazoned onto a shield. A very simple war banner. They have more intricate things for their civil duties. As well as you can see, it seems to be that of Gorham, the city nation to the north of the Colmarsh. You'll know it to be Colmarsh's greatest rivals at the time. They are a hammer set across a great sword, then again set across a skull. This was on Red Cape Cape. Also, very magical, very fanciful. If only had shiny sword. Oh well. Could not take Cape. He gone now.
Mystery of the Hawk continues.
Your memory seemed to revolve around important objects or images, and I hold up the ring. You wouldn't happen to recognize what this is, would you?
Ooh. We're fine. He'll prance over, taking a look at it, and he'll try to whisk it away with his tail.
Not for taking.
Ah. That is ring. Fine. Green skinned people, very spiritual, very strange. They believe many people, all one people. Yes. You could have group of people, and they are of one people.
So
very close, very tight. Then one dies. Not thing that we understand very well, but do know that it is part of peace. Yes, it is one of another. Green skin leader. I remember him. Very angry. Very, very angry. Much, much too angry. And he looks a little bit solemnly to the ground, kind of kicking his feet.
I believe it's in their nature, but...
Worse than Greenskin. Worse than Owlbear. Worse than Red itself. One thinks that corrupts. Makes wrong. Many wrong things in Forest lately. Not much can do.
You can always come find us.
You don't know half extent. Gloommoth seems safe compared to many things. But we'll look you out if something particular strikes away.
Wait, when you say that corrupts, you're not referring to the ring, are you?
No.
Right.
The anger.
Okay. Yeah. The anger, right.
Something inhuman, and it strike very bad familiarity. Pearl of Ash speaks too much. It is time to go. There's a small whine from the from the cricket person as she seems to throw away the rest of the half-eaten grape and jump away from the log.
That's why she's so waifish. She only eats half a grape.
Mm-hmm.
We will be making our leave. You do great service and have your reward.
Well, thank you for your story, Pearl of Ash.
Come find us at Forest Camp. You've found it before, but we hide very well. Adieu.
Right. I'll call for you if needed.
I do.
And the two seem to vanish into the thin air. A whisk of wind seems to carry them away. Keston has a loaf of bread in his mouth. Very fucking weird.
Well, you're not wrong.
They sure are different, aren't they?
And you have nothing for me. I think it is time that I make my leave as well. Stands up
At
from
least
the log.
stay the evening.
It's morning, isn't it?
No, it's evening. This is correct. It's mostly dim-lit conditions. Now
Yeah,
listen.
well. Stay by the fire then. Sleep some tonight.
Not enough time. More gold to get. Off. Time to be off.
Oh,
You'll
it's
find
not
me.
gold, I know,
Hopefully you will.
mine.
Sorry?
Nothing. It's fine.
Well, I'll be seeing you. And he cuts another glance over to Argent.
Good.
You can hear the slightest.
Not too soon, I hope.
You guys ever
Don't.
gonna get over that?
Thinking about it, Keston might be the good guy here.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm at the very least trying to behave myself. If you do know what's wise, stay
Are you
clear.
gone yet?
Fine. See you. Throws his hand into the air and travels back through the wood path. It seems to be like a little hunt trail.
So
Alright, you
Argent.
guys have 10 minutes to yourselves.
Right. Argent, what is that about?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I would feel terrible if he wound up dead out here. It has nothing to do with his nobility. I just still have a bad taste in my mouth from the initial conversation when he insisted that his authority was greater than anyone else.
Right.
Maybe
Well,
He
he's not
insisted
wrong.
that one
His mouth,
noble
too.
lady's authority was greater than.
Quite right, yes, you are correct.
Well, technically, I'm also here on her authority, so...
Wait, which lady?
Some noble lady.
Oh,
Lady Eldori.
whose authority am I on here? Like Jean thinks to himself.
Wait,
Who held
so
the
just
contest?
to double check, Nogo. He was here on the authority of my adopted mom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
He is a mercenary group that has been hired and basically transferred over here. For intents and purposes, you actually have control of him.
Oh, right.
Nice.
But he was mostly charged with defending Oleg's trading post as you guys established your own kingdom.
Yeah.
The idea of him working for you past that is a little bit up in the air.
No, but like I could tell him to like head back to Oleg's, actually, but
Good. He might not listen.
Let the
As
man-
Yeah.
we have already done, which he refuses to do.
well, he also saved our lives. So.
On a side note, no go. Who actually held the contest I got charted for?
It would have been the mayor himself, probably.
Right, well.
And then you would have been hired by the Eldoris.
Oh, and then I was hired by the Eldor. Well, it seems I'm on the... Well, we have about the same claim then.
Noble Lady beautiful lady. Queen. He said a queen.
Queen.
Should I write that down as well?
Yes, Queen Slay.
Fine.
A fairy
Starts etching out a part.
As you yourself pointed out, once we've tamed the lands, they are ours. So I contend that we are the authority here on our own authority. We don't require any backing.
Not until the job's done.
Not until the job's done.
Yeah. I think we still have to clear out the Stag Lord and announce that we're in charge.
Quite right. Again, I have nothing against him. I just do not plan to be rushing to his rescue, even if he does the same for us.
That would be rude of you. I'm impressed.
Think that he's earned some reciprocating kindness in life-threatening situations.
Well, if you are going to get into a decision where I have to get along with every single person we meet, I feel as though the same would have to go for Jean as well, and then nothing will ever get done.
Since when do I not
saying you have to get along with him. I just think that maybe leaving him to die is a little extreme.
Yeah, right. I think he proved his valor right now when he charged in to save us.
That has
I'm
never
not
been in question.
exactly his best. I'm not exactly his biggest fan. Remember, he wanted to take me in as a bounty.
Right.
Jean will Jean will look around left and right and be like, "Wait, I repeat. Since when do I not get along with people?"
I got the impression that you did not particularly like any of us.
And pessimistic. You're kind of a jerk.
No, this is true.
Huh? This one has been a jerk.
Since when I haven't been a jerk. Besides, it's not pessimistic.
Tendency to look down your nose at, you have a tendency to look down your nose at people and dismiss ideas and thoughts without even considering the possibilities.
This is true.
What?
But again, we don't hold it against you. It is just
Wait.
I have never got the impression that you were fond of any of us.
I've been very charitable with your ideas and thoughts.
That
I've always tried
proves
to
our
the middle
point.
ground.
Okay.
I feel like
If you believe
If anything, it's the two of you that
Didn't he refer to us as the idiots at one point in time?
Idiot.
Well, I've called you idiots, but I've always shared, I've always asked for votes. I've always asked for the middle ground on ideas.
I mean, I feel like at the time that was charitable.
Yes. I think it's you two that have been rather rude. One of you is a murderer at best, and the other is a weird thief criminal who seems to think that prisons shouldn't exist.
I am not a
Wait.
criminal.
Are you accusing me of being a murderer?
No, you haven't killed anyone. Well, you have.
Well,
Khaled has.
but not defenseless people.
And I'm the one being uncharitable. Alright.
Well, good night, everyone.
I suppose that's bedtime then.
Evening falls.
I'll take first watch.
Evening falls. None of you will be disturbed through the night, and as the fire crackles and the night sky seems to fade away, we come into the dawn of the next day. I would petition you guys at this point. We're going to go ahead and stop here.
Okay.
I would highly advise in the next session, while you guys still have this keen edge, perhaps making the next session the Stag Lord and the final part of our next act.
Feels like that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Do we even get there in a week, though?
Still think we should keep to the original plan of what were we doing?
Because it's been like
You were getting buried. I would suggest it. However, you don't have to listen to me. Tell me what you guys want to do by the next session, and we'll go ahead and get it all figured out, so I can see what's the last session and what's not, so I can properly hype some shit up.
if we want to get there within the week, we would actually need to not search any more hexes and just travel.
Which doesn't seem like how we would operate normally, metagaming aside. I
Yeah,
think
that's it, of course.
Yeah, I think we probably.
I think we should just keep the plan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we're leaning towards heading to the cave, getting the fangberries, letting the what was his name again? It's the B.
Token.
Okay, so then we are going to have one last filler session after this. It's mostly going to be cleaning up the rest of the tiles, and we'll go ahead after that and deal with the Stag Lord. Things slow down a little bit because we got a little bit more roleplay done, but I got to do some other details. Khaled, I need you to roll again that 1d100.
Do you think that the fangberries and like one NPC conversation will take an entire session though? Because it feels like the Stag Lords are like aiming for the second half.
It depends on how you guys want to tackle the Stag Lord above all things. If you want to just assault it, then it's probably going to be... We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
21. Roll it again.
Oh no.
You're going to roll a couple of times, probably.
The real scary part is when you get to the second table.
I'll take that. Okay.
I think so.
Everyone, this is going to be the end of our fourth session. I appreciate everyone that's tagged along.
Yeah.
We are going... We may end up getting to the Stag Lord next session, depending on what people want to do and how people want to explore. So please tune in for that. That is going to be the hype ending of our first book, though people are going to get a chance to actually explore the rest of the map and actually do some stuff. We're going to go ahead and get stuff settled up so that you guys can actually do some cool things with a couple of these points. There's going to be some interactions for when we do some kingdom building sessions past this. It's probably 2 weeks, something in the future. Thank you again for the 1,000 bits. Please join us on our Discord, which has just been pinged in the chat. I'd love to have a talk with everyone and get some stuff going on. Please subscribe, as you can see. We have the founder roles for the people or whoever want to subscribe first. I've been Nogo. This has been our game. A little bit of a slow session, but I think it was all right, everyone. We had some stuff done, we learned some features.
But here's the important question. Do you think we leveled?
I think we did.
I think you did, because those gloom wings were about 1,200 apiece.
I was gonna say, if we don't level after this, I would like to suggest running through the first half, taking break, and totaling XP during the break.
But we probably did.
Right, let's have a 5-second
worry
countdown
about it.
until off.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
5,
Bye, everyone.
4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.